Jeff Van Raphorst, and the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy.
Arizona State will be seeking a bounce-back win tonight here in Tempe as the Sun Devils get set to take on one of college football's best offensive teams of the last 2 years, the Bobcats of Texas State. This will be a rematch of last year's meeting in San Marcos, Texas, in which ASU rallied from a 2-touchdown deficit to post a 31-28 win. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Healy, alongside of my broadcast partner, former Arizona State quarterback Jeff Van Raphorst, as we welcome you to our Sun Devil Radio Network broadcast of tonight's game, which comes your way on a beautiful night between the Buttes here at Mountain America Stadium's Frank Cush Field in Tempe. After rallying from 17 points down to take a field goal lead inside the final minute last week in Starkville, Mississippi, the Sun Devils ultimately lost a 24-20 heartbreaker to Mississippi State when Bulldog quarterback Blake Shapen delivered a 58-yard touchdown pass to speedy and wide-open Brennan Thompson with 30 seconds left to play. Tonight, Rapper will find out how the Sun Devils will respond in the wake of that disappointing loss.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. That was a tough loss, but you grow from those early in the year. So on the road, that's as loud as it's ever going to get. And a pretty good offense led by Shapen. He's started games every year for the last 5 years, so he's not like he's inexperienced.
Sophomore Sam Levitt will be attempting to shake off a rough outing at quarterback last weekend in Starkville. Sam threw for just 82 yards against Mississippi State, 1 touchdown pass, 2 interceptions. He enters this game ranked next to last among Big 12 quarterbacks in passer efficiency rating through 2 games. And Rapper Kenny and offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo talking during the week about trying to simplify things to help Sam get off to a better start.
Yeah, I think, we know he's a great talent, and like we were talking about in pregame, sometimes less is more. Just give him an easy completion, let him get 2 and 3 and string it together. I don't think Sam's ever really gotten to a rhythm this year. And,
I would agree with you.
So I think, what you can do as a coach to get him there. I'm a big fan of throwing on first down. The numbers are better.
Yeah.
And kind of opens up the run game a little bit. So, it's always that axiom. Do you run to set up the pass? Do you pass to set up the run? My theory is do what they're not expecting.
Yeah, and a lot of what they do to help Sam, I think, will help them convert third downs at a higher rate as well.
It's crazy. Last in the conference in third down conversions at 21%. But third downs are a function of what you do on first and second down.
Absolutely. Of course, last year, the Sun Devils were really good on third down. One positive last week, the punishing ground game this team displayed in the second half at Mississippi State, with Raleique Brown and Kanye Udo each going over 100 yards. And how about that fourth quarter 17-play, 95-yard field goal drive on which ASU ran the ball on 16 of the 17 plays?
It reminded me of that Texas Tech game with Kalen Ballage where they just kept pounding it up the middle. That ball, would that drive start like on the 5 or 10 yard line?
Yeah.
It was deep, and it was just run. Very similar to, do you remember when David Shaw was coaching at Stanford and they were really good? I remember David would walk out, take his right index finger, touch his nose, and they'd run the ball. And he'd walk out and he'd do it again. He didn't care if anybody in the stadium saw the play. He knew that the offensive line was controlling it. That was the one drive this year with ASU, their offensive line just took control of that.
Boy, that is the truth. The captains of the two teams are meeting at the center of the field, getting ready for the coin toss that will be officiated by our referee tonight, Scott Broadway. The Sun Devils wearing all maroon uniforms on this maroon monsoon evening. Texas State in all whites with maroon and gold trim. Let's go to Scott Broadway down on the field.
It's heads. Arizona State, you've won the ball. Won the toss. Defer to the second half.
Which way do you want to kick?
So you heard it. The Sun Devils have won the toss. They have deferred the option, so we will get a look at that high-powered Texas State offense right from the get-go. Texas State trying to go 3-0 in a season for the first time since 1983, led by 36-year-old G.J. Kinney, their head coach. Texas State features an offense that has averaged 530 yards and over 47 points in the first 2 games this year, after they finished in the top 10 nationally in scoring and total offense a year ago. A sellout here tonight at Mountain America Stadium, and looks great as this crowd continues to file in. Let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team as we say good evening to Kevin Turner. KT?
Yeah, lively crowd here at Mountain America tonight. A couple of injury updates. Kyson Brown is not in uniform, but just walking past me, a big surprise, guys. I don't know if anybody's been talking about this, but Xavier Alford is not in uniform. The 100-yard landlord is a scratch tonight, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that situation. But a beautiful night down here on the field, 89 degrees, and I'd be remiss to say that these flags are at half staff to honor America's native son, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, guys. Let's go back upstairs.
All righty, and as for Xavier Alford's injury, we do understand that Adrian Boogie Wilson will get the start at free safety, Washington State transfer, who had a tackle and a pass breakup in the game at Mississippi State last week. Weather starting to cool off just a smidge here in the state of Arizona, although up near triple digits today. Really comfortable this evening here at Mountain America Stadium, and a sellout crowd filing in to take it all in as Jesus Gomez will tee the ball up at the 35-yard line. Back deep to receive for Texas State. I believe that's reserve running back Jalen Jenkins. He has been their kick returner much of the season. Jenkins, a one-time Washington State Cougar himself. Texas State will go right to left across your radio dial in the first quarter as they will attack the north end zone here at Mountain America Stadium. These two teams met for the first time ever last year in San Marcos, Texas, with the Sun Devils rallying to win 31-28. The rematch begins now as Gomez hits a line drive kick that sails downfield and goes through the end zone for a touchback. And so the Bobcats will go to work from their 25-yard line. Their quarterback is redshirt freshman Brad Jackson, young man out of San Antonio, who last week against his hometown team, UTSA, threw for 286 yards on 12 of 20 throwing. That averages out to about 23 yards per completion. The starting running back is Lincoln Perry, a 200-pound, 5'9", 200-pound senior out of Germantown, Tennessee, who is the number 3 rusher in the Sun Belt Conference coming into the weekend. Two receivers split wide to the right side. Bo Sparks, their big play guy, wide to the left. On first down, they give it to Lincoln Perry, and Perry finds room off the right side of the offensive line and picks up 6 yards on the play before he's brought down by Keyshawn Elliott. And Texas State will go at tempo early on. They're right back at it. They hand the ball to Perry again, and Perry has a first down out past the 40-yard line to the 41 before the tackle is made by Kendrick Breedlove, a 10-yard run. And boy, this tempo is really high paced. They're at it again. A quick strike, one hot pass incomplete as Jackson tried to get it quickly to the near side to Bo Sparks, his big play guy, and it was a one-hopper. Sparks, 5 touchdown receptions this year, most of any player in the nation.
Kind of that inside slot guy right now, and he had that opening. They had 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. ASU late getting lined up, but the ball just a little bit low right at the shoe tops.
On second down, Jackson throws to the near side. That pass intended for Sparks is incomplete. Javen Robinson was the quarterback in coverage for ASU, but that ball not very well thrown. It'll be third down and a lot of substitutions on defense for the Devils.
Yeah, Prince Dorber that time got a little pressure on him, sped that thing up, and Jackson missed. He's missed now twice to the left. We'll have to watch that right-handed quarterback, redshirt freshman, and sometimes when you throw that backside, you're not quite as efficient as you are to the front side.
Chris Dawn and Kylan Evans are the receivers split wide to the right side. Bo Sparks split to the left. On 3rd and 10 from the Texas State 41. Jackson in the shotgun, gets the snap. Pressure's coming. Jackson wrapped up and dropped. Jackson wrapped up and dropped on the play. Albert Smith with the sack. Smith, a redshirt freshman from Terrytown, Louisiana, came from the blind side and got Jackson and got him to the turf and forces Texas State to punt.
Yeah, he went right around Sully Burns, 6'7", 320, right tackle, and Albert Smith dropped that right shoulder, ran the horn, and got the sack.
Here's the punt from David Nunez. Raleique Brown at the 20-yard line fields the kick and makes a fair catch there at the 20. And that's where the Sun Devils will start their first offensive possession of the game. Boy, what a big play by a talented young man that I know the coaching staff likes. Albert Smith, in his second year at Arizona State, comes up with his first career sack. And now the Devils will go on offense.
You know, you look at Albert, and he just kind of had that bend to him. He kind of got low, dropped his hips, kind of a speed rush around the right tackle. And
45-yard punt, no return. Sam Levitt will open in the shotgun. Raleique Brown will get the start at running back on first down. Hand off to Brown, and Brown off left tackle, heads to the far sideline, and Raleique Brown explodes out past the 40, and he gets all the way to the 43-yard line, a 23-yard run before he is bumped out of bounds by safety Ryan Nolan.
You know, there's a natural bubble. The left guard's covered. The left tackle has a defensive end outside of him, and they just find that natural bubble. Good blocking. They run over left side for a first down. Here's
Brown again. Started left, tried to come back right, but didn't get much before he was knocked to the turf. And the primary tackler there, Aiden Jones, weak side linebacker for Texas State. It's a gain of a yard to the 44, 2nd and 9. Malik McLean flanks wide to the right side. Jordan Tyson, who had a 100-yard game and a touchdown at Texas State last year, split to the left. Off play action, Levitt looking to throw, instead will run, gets by one man. Sam Levitt with a first down, hurdles past the 45-yard line of Texas State. They will mark him down at the 43 before he is finally brought down on the play by linebacker Traylon Payne after a 13-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice little stiff arm by Sam Levitt. Interesting fact, Tim, 86% of Sam's yards come after contact. He got quite a few on that one.
Boy, he sure did. First and 10 at the Texas State 43-yard line. Here's Raleique again. Slips out of one tackle. Able to get down to about the 37-yard line. Picks up about 5 or 6 on the play before he's brought down by edge rusher Khalil Alexander.
You know, Raleique Brown, USC transfer. He's really transformed his body coming out of modern day, not very big, and right now he is compact, he's strong, he's able to run those inside zone plays up the middle.
Ran that one for 6 yards, 2nd and 4 from the 37. Levitt will line up under center with McLean split to the right side, Tyson wide to the left. They'll give it this time to Kanye Udo, and Udo lowers his head, goes off left tackle in the Army transfer, picks up 2 yards to the 35 before he is brought down. That will set up a third down play. That'll be about 3rd and 2 as the tackle was made by edge man Kennard Snyder, a one-time Iowa State Cyclone. 3rd down and 2.
11 personnel, 1 tight, 1 back, 3 receivers out.
Pistol look with Udo lined up behind Levitt. Levitt hands to Kanye Udo, and Udo is going to be stacked up for no gain. Boy, it looked like there was a hole there early on, but Udo tried to bounce it outside, and Snyder dropped him again. So no gain. It'll be 4th and 2, and it looks like the Sun Devils will go for it.
Yeah, last week was the first time ASU's had to punt on an opening drive. All last year in 2024, ASU did not punt on their opening drive. Looks like that'll be the case here again tonight. 4th and 2.
Kamari Anderson, a tight end, motions from right to left. Levitt on 4th down, pressure, throws out of the backfield, incomplete. Raleique Brown couldn't hold on as Levitt was getting pressured that time and hurried the pass in the far flat, and it went off the hands of Raleique Brown, incomplete. So the Devils turn it over on downs. Texas State will get it back at their 35 when we return in a moment. No score, ASU and Texas State on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
The Arizona Lottery is proud to support higher education across the state through ticket sales, including programs that support Arizona's public universities in partnership with organizations like Los Diablos. The Arizona Lottery is helping students achieve their dreams through academic scholarship, community services, and mentoring. When you play, Arizona wins.
Forks up, Sun Devils, and make a play. Paul Calvisi here for your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Hey, as a fellow Devil myself, I'm here to tell you, everything starts with the right game plan. We're a 2 Ford family. I drive an Edge, my wife an Explorer we bought just last year at our Arizona Ford dealers. That doesn't even include the classic Mustang I bust out on the weekends. And at Ford, they've got a winning playbook with power, like the Ford F-150, precision, like the smart and capable Explorer and Expedition, and the grit that only comes with a rugged Bronco family of SUVs. Go ahead and call any play, and with the 2025 Ford lineup, you are bound to dominate every drive. So roll up for an ASU game or check out for a weekend in the wild. Ford trucks and SUVs, they're made to keep the play in motion. Game plan your next move, Sun Devils, and get behind the wheel of your new Ford truck or SUV today. Only at your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
ChazRoberts.com for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring. Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42. Sun Devils giving the ball up on downs. It'll be Texas State ball momentarily. Let's check into the sideline with Kevin Turner. KT.
Hey, guys, we've been talking about it during the preseason and the first 2 weeks when we would see the heavy package with the tight ends. On that 4th down, we saw 13 personnel, 1 back, and 3 tight ends were in the ball game. Just a quick personal note, Kanye Udo needs 128 yards from the line of scrimmage tonight, rushing the ball to get to a 2,000 mark yardage milestone. We'll keep an eye on that one as well.
Kanye Udo rushing for over 1,100 yards last year at Army West Point. Of course, Army with their triple option offense, one of the top rushing teams in the country, and Udo was the man who did the bulk of the ball carrying for the Black Knights of the Hudson, as they had a tremendous season a year ago.
Yeah, last week when Udo was running the ball, when they lined him up behind in the pistol set, I thought he ran a lot better. When he was side by side with Sam in the gun, where he has to shuffle over, I don't think he's quite, as proficient. He clearly kind of a downhill runner, eyes forward.
That he is. Now Texas State out there to begin their second possession. I believe Jalen Jenkins has gone in at running back. On 1st down, Jackson will flare it out of the backfield to Jenkins on the far side of the field, and he gets popped. Oh, my goodness. Adrian Boogie Wilson laid the leather to Jenkins at the 40-yard line after a 5-yard gain. Jenkins had a head of steam, and Wilson put a quick stop to that. On 2nd down, handoff to Jenkins, and he gets thrown to the turf for no gain.
Albert Smith again?
No, that was Jordan Crook on the play.
Number 8, okay. I looked down, I thought it was number 3. I'm like, that is amazing if that's Albert Smith. Jordan Crook coming into the game. Super job tackling, 12 tackles, second leading tackler on the season.
So it's a 3rd down and 5 from the 40-yard line. Jackson in the shotgun, gets the snap, wants to throw, pressure right in his face. He loses the football. It's on the ground, and one of the offensive linemen for Texas State falls on it at the 23-yard line.
Jacob Kandika strips the ball. Quarterback tries to get away from the sack, loses the football, and actually on that play, Jackson's going for the ball. He slips and falls down. It's the tackle who got beat on the play, the left tackle, Strawn, who comes over and finally gets it for Texas State.
Dorian Strawn fell on the loose ball, the 315-pound left tackle. So again, it'll be a punt by David Nunez, who booms one downfield, an end-over-end kick that's fielded on a fair catch at the 31-yard line by Raleique Brown. Boy, the Sun Devil defense has really come to play tonight. 2 solid possessions. That was another 45-yard punt with no return by Nunez. And we have a timeout on the field with 8:59 left to go in the first quarter. ASU nothing, Texas State nothing, here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's MyStyle Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make MyStyle your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Hey, Sun Devil fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein shake. Rockin' Protein. Whether you enjoy hiking, jogging, working out, or simply cheering on your Sun Devils, you need Rockin' Protein. Locally made right here in Arizona, this high-quality protein shake helps you get the results you want. And it's made with real Shamrock Farms milk, so it tastes delicious with no chalky aftertaste. Look for it in the dairy cooler. Rockin' Protein, proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Forks up.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Sun Devil Football. ESPN 620 AM.
Circle K makes your day. Sign up for Inner Circle Rewards on the Circle K app and score 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups, plus exclusive discounts on food, drinks, and more at Circle K. I think that hit by Boogie Wilson was the catalyst on that last defensive possession. That was one of the best hits of the year so far. Boogie Wilson starting at safety in place of the injured Xavier Alford, and he just blew up that play, and the next 2 plays got nothing for the Bobcats.
You know, when I saw that hit with the safety come up and just destroy the running back, I thought of Mitchell Friedman. Just that's
a great comp.
That old Fright Night. I'm like, geez, Boogie's not scary enough. Fright Night was scary, you know.
Oh man, that's a great comp. The 31-yard line of Arizona State is where the Sun Devils will begin their second possession. They had a good-looking drive going their first time, but it bogged down, and they lost the ball on downs at around the Texas State 40. On first down here off play action, Levitt is going to throw a deep fade to Tyson near side of the field. Tyson makes the catch, a leaping catch between 2 defenders, and he goes down inside the 35-yard line of the Bobcats. They will spot the ball at the Texas State 33, a 36-yard completion, a spectacular catch by Jordan Tyson.
I mean, he's got his left hand kind of holding off the cornerback. He sees the safety coming in for the hit, and it's just great body control.
Here's a give on first down to Kanye Udo off of a pass fake by Levitt, and he gets stacked up for a loss, but there's a marker down on the play. If the play stands, it's a loss of 3 as about the
formation. More than 4 players, four players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
And it looks like Texas State will surprisingly take the penalty. The play itself lost 3. The penalty is only 5 yards. That's a head-scratcher to me. I would think G.J. Kinney would decline the penalty. It would be 2nd and 13. Now it's 1st and 15 from the Texas State 38-yard line. Oh, well. 2 receivers split to the left side. Udo lines up to the left of Levitt. On first down, they give the ball to Kanye Udo, and Udo going nowhere once again. The first hit was made by linebacker Traylon Payne. Payne, not a big guy for a middle linebacker, 6 feet, 215 pounds, but a good player, 6th in the Sun Belt Conference in tackles this year.
Yeah, one of the many players that have transferred over from Houston. They've got quite a few guys that have come from Houston down to San Marcos.
A loss back to the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 17. Levitt to throw. Pocket collapsing. Sam escapes. Takes off and runs. Inside the 35. Run out of bounds at the 30. Picked up 10 yards on the play. And again, it looked like it was Payne along with weak side linebacker Aiden Jones who ran him out of bounds. But Levitt gets up a big chunk of the yards that they lost on the penalty and the first play from scrimmage. It's now 3rd and 7 at the Texas State 30 with 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game.
Jordan's out wide, and that slot might be open. His safety jumps him.
Levitt looking to throw, can't find anybody, being pursued, rolling to his right, now lost one downfield, incomplete. He had Cameron Harpole, one of his tight ends, wide open inside the 15-yard line on the near side of the field and just overthrew him. He tried a feather touch to just loft that one into Harpole, threw it with too much touch and too much air underneath it.
Just a little too much arc. I mean, he was dancing around, evaded pressure, kept his eyes downfield. Harpole was blocking and then released downfield. Was open along the numbers.
This will be a 47-yard field goal try for Jesus Gomez out of the near hash. Punter Canyon Floyd is the holder. Gomez launches it downfield. It's got the distance and it's got the accuracy. And Jesus Gomez boots a 47-yarder to give the Sun Devils the first score in this football game. Timeout on the field with 6:40 to go in the first. Our score, Arizona State 3 and Texas State nothing. You're listening to ASU Football on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Dan Bickley, Vince Marotta, Bickley and Marotta Mornings.
I love this show. This is the greatest show in the history of radio.
Ron Wolfley, Luke Lipinski, Wolf and Luke Middays.
Don't waste all your best material this early in the show.
Boom!
Because I want people to keep listening.
Dave Burns, John Gambadoro, Burns and Gambo Afternoons.
Are you ready for this? All right, let's go.
Arizona Sports is the local sports leader and the only place you can watch, read, and listen to Arizona's biggest sports personalities on 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Go light with a Devil's Halo Lager, or bold with a Huss IPA. Huss Brewing is the official craft beer of Sun Devil Athletics. Proudly served on draft or in cans across Mountain America Stadium, including the new Huss Hideout on Level 3 of the Upper East Side. Whether you're tailgating or in the stands, nothing hits like a cold Devil's Halo Lager or Huss IPA. Devil's Halo. Every sip supports a Sun Devil student athlete. Now that's a win on and off the field. Cheers to the Sun Devils. 21 and older, please enjoy responsibly. Huss Brewing Company. Tempe brewed, Sun Devil proud.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 a.m.
That Kia scoring drive, 5 plays, 39 yards, capped off by the 47-yard field goal from Jesus Gomez that gives the Sun Devils the first lead in this ball game. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. And by the way, that 47-yard field goal by Jesus Gomez means that Mountain America Credit Union will send another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. Just another way that Mountain America Credit Union is giving back and supporting Sun Devil athletics. Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of Sun Devil football.
Looking through the first couple of drives, total number of plays, ASU 11 plays, 89 yards. Texas State 8 plays, -2 yards, but really it's been the defense that has stepped up. ASU already has 2 sacks on the game. 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hurry, 1 forced fumble. Pretty impressive stat line.
For sure. As once again, Gomez will tee it up to kick it off, and Jalen Jenkins is back deep, waiting to receive it for the Bobcats. ASU leading it 3-0. Little better than midway past the first period.
I thought what KT said was right on. The defensive line, the aggressiveness, how they're getting after the quarterback, much better tonight.
Boy, Gomez unloads on that kick. It almost went out of the end zone on the fly, hit about 9.5 yards deep, and then bounced through for a touchback. And that kickoff was heading right into the 942 crew, the student section. And boy, we have looks like a near capacity crowd. The game is a sellout, but I can tell you the student section is absolutely jam-packed on this maroon monsoon evening. Sun Devils wearing all maroon uniforms, helmets, shirts, pants, the whole works. And the visitors from San Marcos, Texas are in all white. Great atmosphere here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Brad Jackson sets up, throws a lateral pass to the far side of the field, and it's complete. And thrust out of bounds is Chris Dawn. He was taken out by Keith Abney of ASU. A play that gained only about a yard when it's all said and done.
Nice job by Abney breaking down on the sidelines. That ball was way out on the perimeter. He did not let the receiver get around him.
Now a quick slant is thrown and completed to the tight end, Blake Smith. And he's got a first down out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 10, before he's tackled by Ghost Rouser. Smith is a 250-pounder, former Oklahoma Sooner and Texas A&M Aggie. Now another pass by Jackson thrown to the near side is completed to Bo Sparks. And Sparks picks up 9 yards to the 45 before he's bumped out of bounds into the Sun Devil bench by Javen Robinson. 2nd down and 1. They hand the ball to Lincoln Perry, and Perry's got a first down, finally dragged down by Ghost Rouser with an assist from Zyrus Fiaseu, the linebacker, at the 49, a gain of 3.
How you get rid of a good pass rush? You throw the ball quick, play it tempo, wear them out, and don't let ASU substitute so the offense is not substituted.
And now here's Jackson looking to throw. He's being chased by Jacob Rich Kongaika. Jackson able to get by Kongaika and get out of bounds into the far sideline after a short gain, but good pressure by Kongaika nonetheless. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the midfield stripe, so it ends up being a gain of just 1 yard.
Yeah, nice job by the safeties of converging on the quarterback, on the perimeter, and not hitting Jackson near the sidelines out of bounds, where you can get a roughing penalty. Only a 1 yard gain. The quarterback had to run a long way to get that yard.
He sure did. Subbing in for the Devils, C.J. Fight in the D-line, Jordan Crook and Keyshawn Elliott at linebacker.
Look at the splits. ASU got caught with too many men on the field, Tim.
Jackson with a slant. It's caught by Chris Dawn, and he gets popped by Jordan Crook, I believe. And Crook is that Boogie Wilson? That's Wilson. And Wilson is on the turf. He took the worst of that hit. At the 38-yard line, a first down. A flag is down on the play, however. But again, it looked like it was Zyrus Fiaseu that was trying to speed off to the sideline in that switch of personnel. And Jackson and the Bobcats snapped the ball, I think, before Fiaseu or whoever that Devil was that was scrambling to get off the field made it to the sideline. Still haven't gotten word on what the penalty is, as they tend to Boogie Wilson.
It's a completed pass. There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal substitution. Defense, more than 11 players on the field at the snap. Offside. Defense in the neutral zone at the snap. Both penalties will be declined. First down.
So 2 defensive penalties on the Sun Devils. They'll be declined because the play gained a first down. Boogie Wilson is now up in a seated position, and now being helped to his feet and is going to be able to walk off to the sideline.
That's interesting. It's a big hit by Wilson. I'm not sure the ball doesn't come out at the very end.
Yes, indeed. That ball, we just got to look at the replay. Chris Dawn, that ball came loose as he got hit by Boogie Wilson.
Yeah, well, I would be surprised if ASU doesn't challenge this.
My goodness.
Which would mean, though, that they would have the chance to take the penalty, one of the 2 5-yard penalties.
Correct.
Previous play's got to be under review.
I would hope so.
The previous play is under video review.
There you go.
Yeah, clearly it's an incomplete pass on the big hit by Boogie Wilson. Don drops the ball right at the very end.
But as you said, Rapper, they can take one of those 2 5-yard penalties 2 for 1 tonight at Walmart, right?
Yeah, got a blue light special here. Tell you one thing, Boogie Wilson is coming up and hitting people. It was interesting, kind of a delayed response by Wilson. He made the tackle on the slot receiver, big hit, and then he stood there for a second, and then all of a sudden took a knee. So I don't know if he got a stinger. Maybe we can get an update from KT down on the sideline.
At the tent is down. Dr. Arcapra is just looking into his phone right now. And so I don't see any special attention.
He's probably
to Boogie.
You know, KT, Dr. Chabra remember Perry Ettinger used to be the trainer for ASU? He's the spotter up high, and he radio downs to both teams for concussions or things like that. So he's probably getting an update from what Perry sees based on, Perry's got like 6 or 7 different video feeds.
Meanwhile, if Boogie Wilson is shaken up to the point where he has to miss some time, think about it. Wilson starting in place of the injured Xavier Alford. The depth at safety starting to get depleted a little bit, guessing that maybe Montana Warren would be the next man up in that spot, although Boogie Wilson is walking around near the front of where the players are gathered.
It's an incomplete pass. The ball hit the ground prior to having firm control of the ball. The offside defense will be enforced. 5-yard penalty will be second down.
So, as we speculated, that will come to pass. The pass was ruled incomplete, and it was because of the hit by Boogie Wilson. But that then returns, the option returns to Texas State to take one of the 2 5-yard penalties that were whistled on the play against the Sun Devil defense. They will take the offsides. It will move the ball to the Arizona State 45-yard line, where Texas State will have a second down and 4.
They gave him a 6-yard penalty. Look at this. The ball was... they gave them an extra yard on this penalty. See it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ball's on the 45, but the yard marker
is series started at the 49 of Texas State.
Yeah.
And by the way, Boogie Wilson is back on the field. And now Wilson will come out. He went back out there, but he has to come out for one play, and Montana Warren has gone in to replace him. Second down and 4 from the ASU 45-yard line. Jackson handing the ball off, and this is Torrance Burgess, another one of the running backs, and he plows straight ahead for a first down on a 5-yard gain. Took it right into the middle of the offensive line. Burgess is a senior from Pearland, Texas, and it's 1st and 10 from the 40. And again, at tempo, here's Burgess again, and he gets down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, 6 yards before Keith Abney stops him. All these running backs, none of them are big. They're all in the 5'9", 175 to 200-pound range, but boy, can they run. Here's a direct snap, and this one going to, I believe, Torrance Burgess, but Burgess, nothing doing that time. The Sun Devils sniffed that one out, and Kendrick Breedlove made the tackle, and it loses a yard back to the 35, so it'll be 3rd and 5 with under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Just kind of stacked that play up over right tackle. Breedlove came in. Texas State's been bouncing the ball. They're taking it to tackles, bouncing it out wide. Breedlove comes in and closes that end down and forces the ball to pivot back to the middle.
Empty formation here on 3rd down and 5. And we have a whistle blow, and I think a timeout has been called.
Arizona State, their first 30-second timeout.
The Sun Devils burned a timeout. As we mentioned, it was an empty formation, and running back Lincoln Perry flared out of the backfield to line up as a receiver split wide to the right, and it looked like they had linebacker Cyrus Fiaseu lined up on him, Kevin Turner.
That's exactly right, and Kenny saw that. Got a call from Brian Ward upstairs, and they wisely call a timeout. That's a mismatch. Perry, I think, can go right by Cyrus. Cyrus is really a good, in between the tackles defender, but out on the perimeter, that's not a matchup you want.
Not his wheelhouse, huh?
No, sir.
It's interesting. The 2 cover guys, KT, that ASU goes with, probably the best cover guy seems to be Martell Hughes.
100%.
He does a really good job on that. And credit Texas State right there for creating that mismatch, brought the running back out. When you see the linebacker run with the running back all the way to the perimeter, you know it's man-to-man. It gives you an early indication, not only the coverage, but also the mismatch that you can go to.
So again, it's 3rd down and 5. Texas State at the Arizona State 35. Handoff to Perry, and he's got a big hole off left tackle and gets a first down to the 27-yard line. An 8-yard gain. Tackle made by linebacker Tate Romney. And the Bobcats are right back to the line of scrimmage and snap it again as Jackson throws quickly to Bo Sparks on the near sideline. And Sparks works his way down that sideline before he's forced out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line of Arizona State by Ghost Rouser. Gain of 7 yards.
Nice job by Texas State at playing with tempo.
And that tempo has been fast and furious here in the first quarter. High snap, handoff to Perry, and he is dropped for a loss. A loss of about a yard or two as trying to see who that Sun Devil was that knifed through. I believe it was Prince Dorba who got through, was basically on the ground, slipped through, and tripped up Perry for a loss of 2 back to the 21. 3rd and 4 with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Arizona State 3, Texas State nothing.
Dorba and Elijah O'Neal are the two ends in this 4-2. It's got a 4-2-5 nickel defense right here.
Again, Perry motions out of the backfield as a receiver, but Jordan Crook is lined up on him. They throw downfield. The pass broken up by Keith Abney. They were trying to hit Chris Dawn near the far pylon of the end zone, and Abney, with a fine defensive play, breaks it up, forces the incompletion, and now it's decision time for G.J. Kinney, and he will bring on his field goal kicker to try to even the score here. Their kicker is a former USC Trojan, Tyler Robles, who booted a 50-yarder last week at UT San Antonio. This will be a 39-yard attempt from the near hash to tie the ball game. Kick is up, on its way, and the kick is good. Robles knocks it through to tie the ball game, 3 apiece with 2:16 remaining in the first quarter.
One of the things ASU wanted to work on or get better at tonight was 3rd down conversions. Good news for ASU, they've only had 2 attempts, but they are 0 for 2. They came into the game last in the conference in 3rd down conversions, just over 20%.
Yeah, that's been a huge problem after this team was so good at 3rd down conversions offensively 1 year ago.
Tim, you talked about success on 1st and 2nd down, how it translates to 3rd down. We're getting some really nice metrics from Pro Football Focus. ASU on 3rd down passing this year is 26%. On 1st and 2nd down, they're at 65%.
Wow.
That's why I was saying earlier, it's such a good idea to throw early when you're not there. But to be at 26% passing, that tells you it's not 3rd and short. It's 3rd and 5 or 6, right, or a decent number.
Yep.
And if you look at the run-pass ratio on 3rd down, ASU is only running the ball 16% of the time on 3rd downs, meaning they're having to throw at 83% or 84% because they're so far behind the sticks.
Michael James is the kickoff man for Texas State, and he boots it away downfield, and Raleique Brown, who's back deep to receive, lets it sail over his head and bounce out of the end zone for a touchback. And so the Sun Devils will start from their 25-yard line. ASU has moved the ball the couple times it's possessed the ball. The Sun Devils have not yet had to punt tonight. Arizona State with 89 total yards, Texas State 47, and virtually all of their total yardage came on that last possession.
Sam Levitt is only 1 of 3 tonight, 36 yards. He had that big pass to Jordan Tyson.
Raleique Brown is going to start this series at running back. Off play action, they throw to Shimon Mateer in the near flat, and Mateer with a nice gain is close to a 1st down before he gets knocked off his pins by cornerback Kamari Terrell of Texas State. A 9-yard gain to the 34. That's only Mateer's 2nd catch of the season.
Really nice when you can throw to a 6'5" tight end. Just nice, easy throw, and he picks up a 1st down. Well, not quite. You got 9 yards, sorry.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. With a minute 50 to go in the quarter off play action. Levitt throws again to Mateer. He's got a first down, out past the 40, down to the 45-yard line before he gets stopped there. So back-to-back completions to Shimon Mateer, and he's got a first down. That tackle was made by linebacker Terrence Cooks Jr., a gain of 11 for Mateer.
Yeah, it was a blitz that time by Texas State. Sam saw the blitz, let the linebacker clear through right over the top to the tight end.
A minute 15 left to go in the first quarter in a 3-3 tie. A fake handoff, a throw, and a drop at the 40-yard line. It was a slant to Malik McLean, and McLean couldn't hold on. It looked like the ball might have been thrown slightly behind him.
Yeah, that was a miss by Sam. That's a slant route. It's wide open. You want that ball chest high to knee high out in front, and it was knee high behind the receiver.
That's a couple of misfires from Sam. Remember that pass to Harpole last possession. Second down and 10. A handoff. Oh, Levitt, a beautifully set up screen to the far side of the field. And it gains down to the 49. And again, it's Mateer, I believe, with his third catch of this series to the 49 of Texas State before he gets dropped on the play by edge Kennard Snyder.
There was a lot happening on that. You talk about window dressing. Trips to the field. So they fake the throw to the trips. Then they fake the delayed handoff. And then they leak the tight end out to the backside, the left side late, and hit him on a tight end screen.
When Mateer first caught it, I thought that had a chance to get big yardage.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As it did, it gets 6. 3rd and 4. Sam will take off and run on 3rd down. Leans forward, and he's going to be close, but I think they're going to mark him a yard short of the first down at the 46 of Texas State. And the Sun Devils will likely take the time between periods to decide whether to go for it. I don't think there's any decision. They will go.
Well, you want to see at least what they're going to line up in.
4th down, 3 seconds left, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they will indeed wait and let the clock expire here in the first quarter and begin the second quarter with this 4th down gamble, 4th and a yard from the Bobcat 46-yard line. The Devils look like they will go for it, and we'll find out for sure when we return with the start of the second quarter of tonight's game in a moment. After one period of play, it's Arizona State 3 and Texas State 3 as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
I grew up here. I'm raising my kids here. This is my home. I feel a real responsibility to this land and to this community. At Resolution Copper, it's my job to balance development and preservation. You know, this will be one of the most water-efficient mines of its kind. That's a big deal. Everyone who works here calls this place home. We're going to protect it.
Responsible mining is essential to Arizona's environment and to America's future. Learn more at resolutioncopper.com.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Make plans to join us each week at Trophy in Chandler for a live broadcast of Sparky's Den with Coach Kenny Dillingham. Don't miss your chance to hang with Sparky, Sun Devil players, and special guests as we broadcast live from 6 to 7 p.m. That's Sparky's Den with Coach Dillingham this Wednesday night at Trophy in Chandler. It's a lot of fun. We strongly suggest you come out and join us. Luke Lipinski is the host of the show, does a great job, and I think if you're a Sun Devil fan, you will enjoy yourself immensely at Sparky's Den on Wednesday nights as we return for the start of Period 2 here at Mountain America Stadium, a 3-3 tie after one. Arizona State has outgained Texas State 118 yards to 47, but it's still a 3-3 deadlock. The Sun Devils had two solid offensive possessions in the first quarter. One ended when the Devils had to give up the ball on downs at around the 40 of Texas State, and the second turned into a Jesus Gomez field goal. So far, Sam Levitt is 4 of 7 passing for 62 yards, a big chunk of them coming on a spectacular catch of 36 yards by Jordan Tyson in that first quarter. Brad Jackson of Texas State is 5 of 8 for 33 yards.
It's coming into the game, Tim. Jordan Tyson was targeted almost 48% of the time. Tonight, it looks like they're getting away from Jordan just a little bit, and they were working the tight end, Mateo, in there, throwing a couple balls to Malik. They tried that one to Malik McLean. Remember that slant route? So trying to spread it around a little bit.
4th and 1 for ASU. Sam Levitt with a quarterback sneak gets it easily as he sneaks it to the 43-yard line. It almost looked as if the Devils caught the Bobcats a little bit off guard there. A quick snap and the quarterback sneak by Levitt. Not often you see a sneak pick up 3 yards.
Well, sometimes you don't have a count. The quarterback just puts his thumb into the thigh of the center and they snap it, because you could see that Ben Coleman and Sam were out in front of everybody else.
On first down, the handoff here to Kanye Udo, and Udo drives it inside the 40 to the 39 for a gain of 4 on the play. That'll make it 2nd down and 6 coming up. Stop was made by Michael Bodwin, a reserve weak side linebacker for the Texas State Bobcats. 2 receivers flanked to the right side of the formation on this 2nd down and 6. Udo remains the running back. Udo gets the handoff. Udo goes straight ahead and gets to around the 35 before he is tackled by Kennard Snyder, who's made a bunch of plays so far tonight for Texas State. The one-time Iowa State Cyclone, who also played previously at Louisiana Monroe. 3rd down and 3. They spotted at the 36 of Texas State. Sun Devils 0 for 3 on 3rd down. The 3rd down woes continue. Levitt on 3rd down. They stop here, however, as Kanye Udo gets the handoff and blasts right up the middle for 6 yards to the 30 and picks up the 1st down, the first 3rd down conversion of the night for Arizona State.
Yeah, nice block by Kyle Scott. He sealed it, doubled it. Kyle Scott came off late off his block. He and the right guard, Ihanachar, were working on the defensive tackle. Scott comes off late, hits the linebacker. That allowed Udo to get the 1st down.
Raleique Brown is in at running back now for the Sun Devils. On 1st and 10 from the Texas State 30-yard line. Off play action, Levitt dodges an oncoming rusher, throws downfield to a wide-open receiver, Tyson, and Tyson dives forward into the end zone for a spectacular touchdown of 30 yards.
Pick here, spectacular. Was it Sam being spectacular? Yes. Was it Jordan Tyson being amazing? Absolutely. Yes. That is a double up of phenomenal plays, talented people.
How in the wide world of sports did Levitt not get sacked on that play?
How did Tyson score from the 6, go down the sidelines, avoid a hit, launch himself in the air, and get the ball inside the pylon?
Sweet fancy Moses. What a play by both pitcher and catcher. Wow.
Levitt, I don't think I've ever heard you work a pitcher and a catcher in a broadcast. I like that.
Baseball.
Going a little euchre on us.
Yeah, trying.
That was solid broadcasting there.
Man, oh man, Sam.
Hey, KT, you had to be right there. Tell me you were just cheering him on.
It was unbelievable. I felt like I had a front row seat at the Joffrey Ballet. I thought Baryshnikov was reincarnated right in front of me. Great body control.
The previous play is under video review for touchdown.
They're going to check to see if his feet are out of bounds. He was on the ASU sideline at the 5. Kevin was on the sideline at the 5. What do you think, Kevin, in or out?
I thought he stepped out of bounds, but got so excited.
We're getting the good look here, and I think that foot stayed in bounds. I think he stayed in bounds. I have not seen him. We had a great replay angle here,
That was
from TNT, and there were 3 occasions when he might have stepped out and didn't.
3 leaping. It looked like a triple jumper. You know how you just jump off one foot. He jumps off a foot at the 8 to the 6, the 6 to the 3, and the 3 over the pylon. 8-6-3 crew.
There you go. And again, getting back to Levitt's portion of the play, he did some fancy moves to sidestep an oncoming rusher, and then as he was rolling to his left, which is not ideal for a right-handed throwing quarterback, they're freezing the frame that we're seeing on the TNT replay now, where it looked like Tyson at around the 7-yard line, I believe. His foot is so close to the sideline, but I think he is in bounds there.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Hey, Tim, there's 10 to 20 scouts probably down to our right in the press box, and they all have their notepads out, and they all just put a number 1 down. You know what that means? First round.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the kind of play where an NFL scout looks at it and goes, it was Jamar Chase-ish. It was pick your receiver.
It was incredible. And again, Levitt's escapability, and that time he did have to loft a touch pass downfield, but was able to hit Tyson. As Jesus Gomez knocks through the extra point, it gives the Sun Devils a 10-3 lead over the Bobcats of Texas State with 12:47 left to go in the first half. As we take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Sun Devil Athletics is proud to partner with the Roman Empire Agency to deliver a state-of-the-art sensory room inside of Mountain America Stadium. This sensory room will be open to fans of all ages during Sun Devil football games. Located inside the Carson Student Athlete Center in the south end zone, the sensory room provides fans a break from the game day action while serving as an enhanced study room for Sun Devil Athletics student athletes throughout the year. Visit the game day guide on sundevils.com or romanempireagency.com to learn more. Go Devils!
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovig's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan, 202 Freeway, in Val Vista, and Gilbert. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sending or reading a text while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that equates to driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. People who text and drive are 23 times more likely to get into a car accident. Devils don't drive distracted. Forks and eyes up. This is a message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, a proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
That Kia scoring drive, 10 plays, 75 yards, capped off by a touchdown pass and catch for the ages. 30 yards from Sam Levitt to Jordan Tyson to make it a 10-3 ball game.
Yeah, so let me try to be a little Picasso-issimo. You have Jordan Tyson in a tight set. He's next to the tight end, 2 yards outside the tight end. He runs across her. The slot receiver on the left runs across her. They mesh at about 9 yards. So Tyson's coming right to left. It's a busted play. They get it to Tyson at about the 8-yard line, and I'm going to hand it over to Kevin to describe what happened from the 8 to the goal line.
Yeah, it was just incredible body control, and you really don't appreciate the vertical leaping ability, but then the horizontal, he looked like an Olympic triple jumper. As the late, great Chick Hearn used to say on the Laker telecast, he looked like a bunny hopping through the pea patch. Unbelievable.
Wow. I've never had a bunny. I've never had a pitcher and a catcher all on one call, but all right, we're going with it.
And I've never been in a pea patch. As the kickoff sails out of the end zone, courtesy of Jesus Gomez, and Texas State will go to work from its 25-yard line.
It's fun to watch KT on the sidelines. The ball's on the 7, and he's right there staring at it. He's telling the official to get out of the way because he's going to have to make the call.
Well, how about Jordan Tyson tonight? He's got 2 catches, and they both have been catches for the time capsule.
you could take your top 20 catches at ASU, and there's great ones up and down the decades, right? But, arguably those are going to be in the top 20 of ASU history. I mean, they were both, especially the second one, was absolutely phenomenal.
Boy, oh boy. Crowd still buzzing about that play as the Bobcats line up to go to work from their 25-yard line on first down. It's a straight handoff up the middle to Jalen Jenkins, and Jenkins explodes through for close to 6 yards. Tackled between the 30 and 31 by Keyshawn Elliott. Call it a 5-yard gain. They spot it just past the 30. Second down and 5. And again, Jackson right at it. Fakes the give. Now wants to throw to the near side of the field and has to throw it away because all kinds of Sun Devil pressure coming that time. C.J. Fight, Clayton Smith, all of them were bearing down quickly on Brad Jackson.
Yeah, and also in that scenario, the receiver, Evans, got pushed out of bounds or went out of bounds, so he could not come back in and be the first guy to touch the ball.
And boy, Clayton Smith has really had himself a season so far. He's really played well this year. Third down and 5. Lincoln Perry motions again out of the backfield. Jordan Crook lining up with him. Empty formation. Jackson looks that way, throws the slant. It's caught by Sparks, fumbles the football. It's picked up by Ghost Rouser. Rouser heading to the near side of the field. Rouser still on his feet, breaks a tackle at the 30, and he will be now gang tackled at around the 25-yard line. Bo Sparks, the big play receiver for Texas State, had the catch on the quick slant. And then Keith Abney came up and helped pop the ball out of there. And Rouser picks it up and runs it back 15 yards. And the Sun Devils get just their second takeaway of the season, and that is their first fumble recovery of the season.
Hey, one thing about Rouser gets a turnover, he is hell-bent on taking that thing into the end zone. He was doing all he could do as he scooped up that ball to try to get blockers, but credit Abney for the strip. It's a slant route. Abney comes in with his right hand, comes down behind the receiver, strips the ball out, and Rouser takes over.
So the Devils, who came into this game -1 in turnover ratio last year, they were one of the best in the country at +14. They take it over at the 25 of Texas State after the Rouser fumble return. Off play action, Levitt back to pass, under pressure, just lofts it up deep downfield and out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for Raleique Brown. And Raleique was being covered by safety Ryan Nolan.
Yeah, the fans wanted a call, but ball clearly was out of bounds. Great job by the official, and he waved his hand over his hat saying uncatchable. Good job by the officiating.
Texas State had intense pressure on Levitt. 3 Bobcat pass rushers were right in Sam's face.
Got man-to-man coverage right now. Tyson's lined up in the slot to the right.
Second and 10 from the 25. Again, a play fake. Levitt being chased. He's in trouble. Gets away from one. Spins away from another. Comes to the near side of the field to the 20, 15, 10, and he is out of bounds with a first down inside the 10-yard line at the 7. A jaw-dropping 18-yard scramble for Sam Levitt.
He's got this double jump cut that he does that's just wicked. Gets pressure, he's looking, he pumps, stops on a dime, pivots from right to left, spins 180, comes out the back like freaking John Elway used to do, turns his back to the defense and gets around the edge.
And here are the Sun Devils again in the G2G red zone. G2G protein bar, fresh, healthy, nutritious. They hand the ball off on first down, a short run, and several penalty flags fly as Raleique Brown is stopped after a 2-yard gain to the 5.
Holding.
There you go on Coleman.
Offense, number 9. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They got Cameron Harpole, the tight end, on that hold. Couple flags came flying in.
Boy, whatever he did, they saw it immediately. Several of the officials saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't like one flag, was it?
Yeah.
Like Kleenex convention down there.
Seriously. So the penalty will push him back to the between the 17 and the 18-yard line. We'll call it the 17. First and goal still for Arizona State.
Look at this formation. You got 2 tights, 2 receivers, but everybody is within 2 or 3 yards of the tackle.
Raleique Brown, the setback. He gets the handoff. Brown's right up the middle to the 10-yard line, and Raleique still on his feet inside the 5. The pile drives forward all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Love the energy by the offensive line and the awareness of moving the pile. Raleique Brown was stopped at the 5, I believe, and then it was help from your buddies.
Remember that touchdown run about 10 years ago? Kalen Balaj capped off a win at UCLA with a pile driving run. This was almost as good.
There's got to be 6 or 7 maroon hats pushing him in the end zone.
On first down, it looked like a quarterback sneak by Levitt, but I don't know if he got in. Yeah, now they say he did. Touchdown, Devils. Sam Levitt sneaks it in from a yard out. The ball was actually spotted after the Raleique Brown pile driving run inside the 1-yard line, and it was just a quick quarterback sneak. And another touchdown for Arizona State.
They had a lot of tight ends. Kamari Anderson, one of the backup tight ends, got in on that play. It was they just got wide. They got big bodies in there, moved the pile. Kamari Anderson, 6'5", 255, transfer, came in from Kentucky.
And that for Sam, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Remember, he had 2 great touchdown runs in the win here over NAU 2 weeks ago. Levitt, Tyson, this team putting on quite a first half show here. And the fans like what they see. As Jesus Gomez will come on to try the extra point out of the hold of Canyon Floyd with 10:22 left to go in the first half.
You know, you got to give Floyd credit. He's having to hold for a left-footed kicker. That's a little different if you're a holder. You have to switch sides.
And he's done it very well, and Jesus Gomez has been kicking very well, and he drills the extra point. ASU 17, Texas State 3 with 10:22 left to go in the first half. Let's take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, 0 sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, 0 sugar.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Tailgates in Tempe just got cooler. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is the official hard seltzer of Sun Devil Athletics. Whether you're repping the maroon and gold or just here for the vibes, crack open that crisp, bold flavor that hits different in the desert. Crisp, refreshing, always game day ready. So before you hit the lot, swing by your local store and grab a pack of Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Forks up, Devils. 2025 Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. 21 plus only. Celebrate responsibly.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
Resolution Copper sees the value beyond the copper. Responsible mining is essential to Arizona's economy and to America's future. Learn more at resolutioncopper.com.
Yeah, that Kia playing scoring drive was 4 plays, 25 yards. Sam Levitt took it over, but credit Ghost Rouser with that fumble recovery. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Tell you what, that was about, in the last 10 minutes, I think I've seen more athletic plays than I've seen the last couple of years.
Here's a little nugget for you.
We like nuggets.
That touchdown set up by the Rouser fumble return. Since 2012, when Todd Graham's first year as head coach at Arizona State, the Sun Devils have outscored their opponents now 991 to 561 in points off takeaways, including 14-0 an advantage they enjoy this season.
Wow, that's crazy. And credit Todd Graham for finding good young coaching talent. I mean, you look around, you got Kenny Dillingham was a staffer for...
He's got a heck of a coaching tree, doesn't he?
Dan Lannon, Mike Norvell. Man, Kenny, I mean, it is impressive.
Chad Morris, as that kick goes out of the end zone on the fly for a touchback. And Texas State, trailing by 2 touchdowns now, will take over at its 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Total yardage so far, ASU 199 yards, the Bobcats of Texas State 62. They have moved the ball better their last couple of possessions. That last fumble, when Bo Sparks had the ball dislodged by Keith Abney and Ghost Rouser on the return with the recovery, Sparks had a first down before the ball got taken away from him. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Off play action, Jackson drops back, throws a pass to the near side, caught by Sparks. He's tackled immediately by Boogie Wilson. Kendrick Breedlove.
Ball's out.
On the tackle.
Incomplete.
And it's incomplete.
You know, the defensive backs are doing a good job driving, making contact. Hands are getting in there, and Texas State laying some balls on the ground.
On 2nd and 10 from the 25, again off a play fake. Jackson trying to scramble around pressure, heads upfield, spins off tacklers, gets free, and heads upfield, and almost makes it to midfield. You talk about a quarterback with some nifty scrambling moves. Jackson just scrambled 23 yards when he should have been dropped for no gain. And it's a first down to the 49 of the Bobcats. Handoff here on first down to Torrance Burgess, and he gets 2 inside ASU territory to the 49-yard line of the Sun Devils before he gets dropped on the play by defensive lineman Ramar Williams. 9.5 minutes remaining first half. The Devils with a couple of defensive subs. Martell Hughes, Cyrus Fiaseu checking in at linebacker. 2nd down and 8. The ball just inside midfield. Handoff here to Burgess again. That's a fourth different running back, Greg Burrell, a sophomore from Las Vegas, and he advances it to the 43 before Jordan Crook dropped him. 3rd and 2 from the Devils' 43-yard line. Jackson again hands to Burrell, and Burrell goes into a pile, and he's close to a first down. There's a penalty marker down. Burrell was brought down near the 41-yard line, which was the line to gain. Tackled there by Prince Dorba. But the penalty flag is right at around the 44-yard line in front of the Sun Devil bench. From where that is dropped, it could be offsides on Arizona State.
There is no foul for illegal formation.
But now, answer the question, is it a first down? And now they are going to move the chains, and it is a first down. That was close as to whether he got it, but they give him forward progress to the line to gain, and it's a 1st and 10, Texas State from the ASU 41-yard line. Sun Devils lead it 17-3, 8.5 minutes remaining first half. 2 receivers split to the right side as Jackson off play action drops back, pressure coming, scrambles to his right, still alive, and now is brought down by Keyshawn Elliott, who surged in there to get Jackson as he was scrambling over toward the Arizona State sideline, and Keyshawn got him around the ankles and brought him down for a loss of 3 back to the 44.
Yeah, great angle by Keyshawn as he's going from right to left. Does a good job of getting both hands around the quarterback's legs, brought him down, open field tackle. You know, that's a play that Sam gets away from the linebacker, but Brad Jackson's not quite as gifted at running as Sam Levitt is.
Former Cal player Maven Anderson is in at wide receiver as they hand the ball to Burrell on 2nd down, and Burrell gets the yards they lost plus another 4 on the play before he is brought down on the play by Cyrus Fiaseu. That will set up a 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for Texas State from the Arizona State 40-yard line.
You got Fiaseu and you've got Martell Hughes in, so ASU is playing pass right here. They brought in their young rush end, Albert Smith, on the left side. They are thinking they're banking heavy on pass.
Smith had a sack earlier in this game. 3rd and 9. Empty formation. Jackson, a quick slant is thrown and caught, but short of the first down. Bo Sparks took a couple of big hits, one of them coming from Rodney Bimmage, a cornerback, and he's dropped at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 4th down and 4, and Texas State will go for it, and they'll go for it quickly. The ball is snapped, and we have a flag down on the play.
Timeout. Arizona State. Their second. 30-second timeout.
One thing ASU has done over the Kenny Dillingham era is called defensive timeouts, and recognizing the opportunities, the momentum. 4th and 5. Kenny wanted a timeout. He wants to bring his guys over to talk about it. Texas State trying to go quick with it. One thing you see, too, are the splits from these wide receivers are very, very wide. They're outside the numbers, pushing towards the hash. It kind of looks like Canadian splits on an American field.
Yeah, I saw that. Man. So what here on 4th down? They're going to go for it. 4th and 4 at the 35. Texas State going for it, trailing Arizona State 17-3. 6:46 left in the first half.
2 new linebackers in the game. Crooks is in, and Crooks and Hughes, I think, are the 2.
On 4th down, Jackson, short drop. Nobody open. Now still looking. Fires downfield. That pass is broken up, incomplete. Kendrick Breedlove deflected that pass away. Jackson just didn't have much time. He was under pressure almost from the get-go, managed to stay alive in the pocket, and then heaved it downfield toward the far side, and Breedlove able to knock it away, and the Sun Devils hold on downs and will take over at their 35-yard line when we return in a moment. Our score with 6:39 to go first half, ASU 17, Texas State 3 here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dos with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Sun Devil Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Recalculating.
When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
All right, so in front of my computer, I type in painting. I need painting services. Internet searches, they just overwhelm me with the number of painters around. Let me tell you why Christy and I chose Coleman Painting to bring our home designs to life. Painting's more than just paint. Coleman Paint specializes in interiors, exteriors, cabinet, flooring, epoxy finishes, and stain jobs. With over 20 years of experience, dedicated crews, they've got a temperature-controlled finishing warehouse. Coleman Painting is where to go. They're Sun Devil grads, and when a company puts the owner's name on the front of the building, believe in them.
Well done. I like that.
I'll tell you what, it's nice when you look on it, you find a professional website and you know where to go, and you talk to people, they're the owners, and
it's nice to brag about a company that's done you good, right?
So far, they've been phenomenal to work with. Enjoyed every second of it.
Outstanding. Sun Devils get a stop on downs, and they'll take over at their 35-yard line with 6:39 to go in the half. ASU with a 17-3 lead. Raleique Brown will begin this possession at running back behind Sam Levitt in a pistol look, with Shimon Mateer and Jordan Tyson split to the left side of the formation. Now Mateer motions in toward the formation. Off play action. Levitt back to pass over the middle. Caught by Tyson near midfield. And Jordan Tyson has a first down to the 46-yard line of Texas State, as one of the Bobcat players, Ryan Nolan, their safety, lost his helmet on the play and will have to sit out a play. Kamari Terrell, cornerback, was the one who eventually brought Tyson down after a 17-yard gain.
I really like that play design by Coach Arroyo. You've got Tyson in the slot running a dig. You had Mateer come back from outside wide into motion to block, and he leaked out late. So if you didn't like downfield over the middle with Tyson, you had Mateer coming out on a delayed tight end pass right through the middle of the line.
Now you have one receiver lined up to either side. Off play action, they throw it, and it's completed, and to the near side of the field. That's Kamari Anderson, the former Kentucky Wildcat, making, I believe, his first catch as a Sun Devil. Kamari Terrell, the cornerback, forced Kamari Anderson out of bounds at the 43-yard line after a pickup of 5 yards.
Yeah, I got some big bodies in there, right? You got these tight ends in there. They're flexed wide. Then they come inside, and you're opening up other throwing lanes when you hit these guys over the middle.
Kamari Anderson, a one-time 4-star recruit out of Detroit. Here's Levitt throwing a quick pass, and that's caught by Tyson, and he's got a first down to the 36, where he gets tackled by cornerback Camden Grogan of Texas State. But that's a first down to the 36 of the Bobcats.
Yeah, and that's not an easy catch. A slant route. Tyson's on the right side. The ball's behind him. He reaches back, but he doesn't pirouette or 360 his body. He just reaches back with his hands, snags the ball, and keeps going forward.
Tyson tonight, 4 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. On first down, the give to Raleique Brown, heading outside to the 30, and Raleique Brown gets close to a first down. He may have it, forced out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Was that me, or did Raleique look like he pulled up just a little bit lame going out of bounds? He looks like he's okay walking back to the huddle.
I just think the game is slowing down for him, so he just stops along the sidelines to see if anybody's going to hit him, and then I'll just go out of bounds.
That's a 10-yard pickup by Raleique, and boy, he's really starting to come on strong.
KT, you saw him in Modern Day.
Signature move. He'll kind of lull you to sleep and then put his foot in the ground.
Off play action, Levitt looking, now scrambling back near midfield before throwing to the near side of the field. Incomplete. He had Kamari Anderson right on the sideline inside the 10-yard line near the Sun Devil bench, but the pass incomplete.
Well, that's a really tough throw that Sam just made, and he has a shot. Had it been caught clean, Anderson had his left foot inbounds, could have brought it into his body, or when you catch on the sidelines, catch it and keep your hands out. Just run with the ball with your arms extended, and he had a shot. Great play by Sam. Great throw.
Good pressure, though, that time by Texas State on second down. A quick slant caught by Tyson. Does a 360, comes back the other way, and gets close to a first down inside the 20-yard line, and he may have it at the 16. Run out of bounds by safety Ryan Nolan. Tyson was coming in toward the field on a slant, caught it, and then did an immediate pivot and came the other way back to the near side. Boy, all kinds of fancy moves by these dudes tonight, huh?
Man, it is a showcase game right now.
Fun to watch. Hand off to Raleique Brown. Brown up the middle, and he gets inside the 10 before he gets wrapped up by linebacker Aiden Jones. But that's a nice 6-yard gain on 3rd and 1, and it'll move the chains for an Arizona State first down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Kenny's over on the sidelines. He wants him to go faster, wants him to keep moving. Let's roll, boys. Malik McLean saying, hey, can I get some catches? I'm out here, too.
He lines up wide to the right. Tyson is a slot on the right. Brown gets the handoff. Malik Brown trying to get outside, but the Bobcats stack him up before he can, and they throw him down to the turf. Safety Ryan Nolan led the charge that time for Texas State. Also in on that play was defensive tackle Bryce Carter, a one-time Virginia Cavalier. So now it's 2nd and goal. Give Brown a half yard. They Mark the ball just inside the 10. Second down and goal. Kanye Udo in at running back now.
You got Tyson one-on-one to the right if you want it.
Off the fake give. The pass to the end zone, incomplete, intended for Malik McLean. And McLean was covered that time by cornerback Jaden Rios, a senior from Frisco, Texas.
Slant route to the left side. Good coverage by Rios. He's all over Malik McLean. I can see why Malik wanted a call on that, but
boy, oh boy, that looked like interference to me. He was all over the back of Rios.
You know,
before that ball got there.
McLean got so much contact. His head was bent down. He lost sight of the ball as he was getting hit by Rios.
That should have been pass interference. Instead, it's 3rd and goal from the 9.
Blitz.
Levitt throwing for the far side of the end zone. Incomplete. Tyson went high into the air, tried to flag it down with one hand, couldn't do so, and is furious with himself for not doing so.
Boy, that was a Malik Neighbors catch. One hand fully extended. He brought it down and couldn't get the other hand on it.
Nickelback Will Mitchell was covering for Texas State. Tyson fully thought he should have made that catch, and that might have been the most spectacular of all. He's had 2 phenomenal catches already tonight, one for a touchdown, as Jesus Gomez will come on to try a 27-yard field goal from the near hash out of the hold of Canyon Floyd. Gomez puts the ball airborne, and the kick is good. Jesus Gomez booms it through from 27 yards out to give the Sun Devils a 20-3 lead with 2:44 left in the first half. And that field goal means Mountain America Credit Union will be sending another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. So, Professor Van Raphorst, what's your take on the offense so far in this first half?
Boy, I'll tell you what, it's been absolutely dynamic. You know, the plays have been good, but the execution and the effort, right, has been phenomenal. You know, hard to say anything bad about the offense. The defense has really done their job. They've got 3 sacks. Leading tackler is Ghost Rouser. Keyshawn Elliott's got 4 tackles. I mean, everybody has been playing. You know, and we don't give enough credit to Gomez. You know, he's done a really nice job since transferring in here from Eastern Michigan.
Isn't that the truth? That Kia scoring drive, 11 plays, 56 yards, leading to the officially 26-yard field goal by Jesus Gomez.
ASU's had the ball 5 times. The last 4 drives have been field goal, touchdown, and field goal.
That'll work.
Yep. And if you look at the drive chart for Texas State, they went punt, kicked a field goal, had a fumble, and then lost the ball on downs.
Kickoff out of bounds. Texas State will take over at the 25. Let's check in quickly with Kevin Turner. KT. Former Sun Devil. On first down, Jackson swings a pass out of the backfield to Lincoln Perry, and Perry gets to the 30-yard line before he's dropped by Keyshawn Elliott after a 5-yard gain. Again, the Bobcats speed back to the line of scrimmage. Former Cal Bear Maven Anderson is in as a wide receiver. On second down, they give it to Perry, and he runs right into the arms of Jordan Crook at around the 33-yard line. Crook drops him there. It'll set up a third down about 1.5 yards for Texas State as we near the 2-minute timeout at the end of the first half. We're 5 seconds away. Will the Bobcats get the ball snapped before we hit 2 minutes? They just snap it at the 2-minute mark, and Perry is dropped for a loss. They probably wish they hadn't. Jordan Crook, who got him on the last play, drags Perry down for a loss back at the 31-yard line as the 2-minute timeout comes with technically 1:56 remaining in the first half, and the Bobcats might have been better suited to have waited to snap that ball after the 2-minute warning. It didn't work out too good for them.
No, and ASU has 1 timeout left.
Timeout on the field with our score, ASU 20, Texas State 3. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
The Arizona Lottery is proud to support higher education across the state through ticket sales, including programs that support Arizona's public universities in partnership with organizations like Los Diablos. The Arizona Lottery is helping students achieve their dreams through academic scholarship, community services, and mentoring. When you play, Arizona wins.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovic's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan 202 Freeway in Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Recalculating.
When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
Score big with Venezia's New York-style pizza. Visit us at 7 Valley locations, as well as the east and west concessions of Mountain America Stadium, or swing by Pizza Presto at Sun Devil Marketplace before the big game. Every bite is as satisfying as a Sun Devil win. Order now at Venezias.com. Texas State with a 4th down and 4 at their 31-yard line with 1:56 left in the half. You'd have to believe the Bobcats would punt the football from this point in the field, trailing ASU 20-3.
And ASU gets the ball coming out. There's no way you go for this. You punt this every time.
Yeah, David Nunez, their punter, who's also their holder on place kicks, is out there to punt it away, and Raleique Brown is headed back to try to field this punt, see if he can do something with it.
ASU scored inside of 4 minutes. They're going to have another chance now, and then remember ASU won the toss and deferred, so ASU could put 3 scores up in a row.
Now the Bobcats sprint to the line of scrimmage with their punt formation. Nunez, an Australian-style punt, as he drifted to his right and then got the kick away, and it's going to come to rest inside the 25-yard line, downed at around the 23. Raleique Brown wisely didn't attempt to field it, and that is where the Sun Devils will take over. And it'll be the 23-yard line, the line of scrimmage.
They just showed that last play on 3rd down where they tried to give the ball to the middle. They pulled the right tackle, brought him inside by the left guard, and expected the tackle to come inside on that block, almost like an inside full block, and hit the backer. Crooks just stepped around Sully Burns and was right in the backfield for a loss.
46-yard punt on 1st down. They pass to Shimon Mateer, and Mateer speeds to the far sideline and goes out of bounds with good yardage. He's close to a 1st down. He's run out at the 32, a gain of 9, as nickelback Will Mitchell forced him out of bounds. And Mateer's had a nice game tonight. That's his 4th reception. Tyson and Mateer have teamed up to catch 9 of Sam Levitt's 10 completions. The other went to Kamari Anderson. 2nd down and a yard. Raleique Brown gets the call. He doesn't get much, but he gets enough to move the chains as he gets up to the 34-yard line. And he has a 1st down before he is wrestled down by, among others, linebacker Terrence Cooks Jr.
Interesting. ASU didn't do a real good job of clock management on that one. They're running a player in now and running somebody off. Now Texas State's going to substitute and just work the clock. There was 1:33 when ASU substituted.
And in at running back now, in his Sun Devil debut, Demarius Man Anderson, who almost bumped into Levitt on an attempted handoff, and Levitt gets blown up and dropped for a loss by Khalil Alexander back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 9 on the play. Demarius Man Anderson as his nickname. He is a freshman running back from Oklahoma City. Highly touted recruit, but that was his first ever play. And Levitt and he collided on an attempted handoff.
ASU just going to let this thing, they're going to burn clock right now.
Clock ticking away. We're under 40 seconds to go in the first half. It's second down and 19 from the 25-yard line, and they give the ball to Anderson, and he picks up about a yard and is dropped there.
Texas State will call timeout. They're going to try to force ASU and having to punt. Maybe they get an opportunity in the special teams game.
Timeout. Texas State. Their first. 30-second timeout.
So the timeout stops the clock
to 33 seconds.
You know,
33 seconds.
I think both coaches would like to have the last 2 minutes over. Texas State elected to run a play right before the 2 minutes. That gave ASU a chance to get the ball back, and ASU's gone backwards on this drive. But good news is for ASU, they still lead 20-3. They do get the ball coming out of halftime.
Demarius Robinson rushed for over 5,600 yards and 63 touchdowns at Santa Fe High School in Oklahoma City. But unfortunately, his first play as a college running back, he collided with Elliott at the mesh point of a handoff, and Sam had to hold on to the ball and then was immediately swarmed under by Khalil Alexander and the Bobcat defense. And then on second down, Robinson, very short gain, so it'll be 3rd and 19 at the 25-yard line. 33 seconds left to go. I would imagine this would be a pretty conservative play call here.
Well, Texas State has 2 more timeouts left, so.
And Kanye Udo is in at running back now. 2 receivers split to either side of the formation for ASU. Levitt will throw on 3rd down, being pressured out of the pocket. He'll keep the ball. He tried to escape that time on the run, but this time he could not get away from Don Terry Russell, a junior edge rusher out of Jackson, Mississippi,
Timeout.
and a one-time Mississippi State Bulldog. And he drops Levitt at the 22-yard line. It's a loss of 3, and boy, that was a series that went nowhere in a hurry. And with 24 seconds left to go in the half, the Sun Devils will have to punt for the first time tonight. Canyon Floyd, their punter, 6th in the Big 12, coming in, averaging nearly 45 yards per punt on the season.
You know, the nice thing about him, though, he's got a big leg. He's got 3 punts over 50, so he's got a big enough leg to tilt field position.
Bo Sparks is back deep awaiting the punt. And Sparks last year, get this, on 4 punt returns, averaged over 50 yards, 50 per return, including a touchdown. So far this year on 2 punt returns, he's averaged 16.5 yards. He's just a big play dude, even though he's a little dude, only 5'11", 177-pounder from El Paso. As Floyd puts foot into it, a high, fairly short end-over-end kick, and it's fair caught by Sparks at the 45-yard line. Only a 33-yard punt for Canyon Floyd. No return.
He gave him the announcer's jinx. He slid, a little kind of a rugby-style kicker. He rolls to his right that time, and kind of a kickoff. The ball was tilting like it was a kickoff.
Yeah.
Didn't get any spiral on it, or any rotation like you'd like to see on a deep punt.
Each team has 1 timeout remaining as Texas State will take over.
Tim, look at look at these splits. I mean, they have 2 receivers right and 2 left. The 2 outside receivers are 4 or 5 yards inbounds, and the 2 on the slot are inside the numbers just barely.
On first down off play action, Jackson drops one over the middle. Lincoln Perry slices through a couple of defenders and gets down to the 35-yard line of Arizona State with a first down. The clock with 10 seconds stopped to allow them to reset the chains.
I think Perry did a nice job using the umpire as a shield. The umpire went down on that play, but delayed. Wide splits. Little delay over the middle.
Jackson on first down, gets away from pressure, scrambles right, throws downfield, broken up beautifully A terrific defensive play by cornerback Keith Abney on a pass that was intended for Kylan Evans, one of the wide receivers for Texas State. So there's now 1 second remaining in the half, and G.J. Kinney will bring on his field goal unit. Tyler Robles, the former USC Trojan, who has 1 field goal tonight, will attempt a 54-yarder on the final play of the half. He kicked a 50-yarder at San Antonio last week. And now time is called by Arizona State.
Here comes the ice bucket. Try to ice the kicker.
As Kenny Dillingham will employ his final timeout.
Arizona State, their third and final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Boy, that was a heck of a play, though, by Keith Abney.
That was a busted buzz. A great play by the quarterback, Jackson, just to get away from trouble.
Yes.
Rolls to his right. He's right-handed, finds the receiver, and you know, that's one of those things they always talk about, the receivers coming back to the quarterback. Receiver slowed down near the sidelines. Abney drove it hard and knocked it away with his right hand.
How about the escapability factor of the 2 quarterbacks we've seen tonight?
I mean, it's impressive. They have just this mindset of, all right, little pressure, no big deal, I'm just going to sidestep it. Sam has a mindset of a lot of pressure, no big deal, I'll sidestep and either run for 20 or find Jordan Tyson.
Punter David Nunez is the holder. Robles will try a 54-yarder on the final play of the half. There's the kick. It's headed downfield. It's got the distance, and it hits the crossbar and bounces into the end zone. No good. Wow. That kick looked like it was headed right where he wanted it to go, Tyler Robles, and it doinks off the crossbar on the final play of the first half, as we check in with Kevin Turner, who's standing by with head coach Kenny Dillingham.
Coach, we're all marveling on the broadcast about the energy and the effort and the defensive relentlessness that you guys are bringing to Texas State tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it multiple times. I felt really good about our football team in the second half of last week because I saw that fight. And it's hard to play the game with that much passion. And I wanted to see if we'd play it again with that much passion. I think we're seeing it. Still got a lot of football left to play. This is one of the most explosive offenses in the country.
Coach, it looks like you've really established an identity for 2025 here in the first half.
You know, we got a long way to play. You know, I didn't like the ending of that 2-minute drill. I didn't like us as a staff. It just, substitutions wasn't clean. They got to slow sub us. So we got to clean that up as a staff, keep our players playing hard, and go finish this football game.
Get after it, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks to Kevin Turner and to head coach Kenny Dillingham. At halftime, Arizona State outgaining Texas State 254 yards to 127. And the Sun Devils lead the Bobcats 20-3 in intermission. And keep in mind, ASU will get the second half kickoff as well. Jeff Munn will have our halftime report from the booth here high atop Mountain America Stadium when we return in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play, it's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Arizona Complete Health Plans are here for your health. From Flagstaff to Yuma and right in your neighborhood. Here for you. With coverage for you and your family. Doctors you can trust. The services you need. And programs that help your community. Arizona Complete Health is here for your health. Learn more at azcompletehealth.com. That's azcompletehealth.com.
Kia has 10 electrified utility vehicles to choose from. Whether you're ready to take a Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid on a road trip, a professional looking to navigate traffic in an EV9, or someone who wants electric for every day and fuel for far away with a Sorento plug-in hybrid, Kia has something for you. Find out more at your local Kia showroom today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. The 2025 Sorento PHEV has an EPA estimated all-electric range of 31 miles and a full battery charge. Actual range will vary.
ASU Sun Devils choose Smile Medical Imaging to take the very best care of our student athletes. To stay in the game and deliver your best, it really does matter what you choose. Make the right choice, then let your game speak for itself. Sun Devils choose to be champions on and off the football field. We choose to be leaders that serve our communities. We choose bright futures. We choose excellence. From X-rays to MRIs, learn more at esmil.com. Go where the Sun Devils go. Choose Smile Medical Imaging.
You're listening to the Devil's Halo Halftime Report. Brought to you by Huss Brewing Company. Devil's Halo, the official craft brew of Sun Devil football. Every sip supports a Sun Devil student athlete. Now, here's Jeff Mon.
Mountain America Stadium, Frankfurt Field, a 20-3 ASU lead over Texas State. The offense started a bit sluggish again tonight, but picked up the pace considerably on its third possession. And as a result, that and getting a turnover at a very opportune moment, the Devils have a 17-point lead. Couple of things that you wanted to see out of the ASU offense coming into tonight. You wanted to see more receivers targeted by passes from Sam Levitt. Well, Shimon Mateer has 4 catches. Amari Anderson has a catch. Of course, the story of the first half would be the spectacular work of Jordan Tyson. 5 catches for 100 yards, 1 TD, and that 1 TD is going to make every highlight show in America tonight and maybe for the next couple of days. But certainly it was definitely what ASU fans wanted to see. As far as the running game goes, again tonight, you've got Raleique Brown and Kanye Udo taking up most of the workload. Raleique Brown, 8 carries, 66 yards. Udo, 6 carries, 13 yards. Actually, Sam Levitt, and he does this a lot, has created a lot of the running yards on his own. 6 or 8 carries for 36 yards. The other thing that is interesting to note and essential to Arizona State's efforts, only 3 penalties in the first half for 20 yards. Interestingly enough, Texas State didn't commit a penalty in the first half. And we mention again, Texas State had the 1 turnover with the fumble deep in their own territory. ASU did not turn the ball over in the first half. So a 20-3 ASU lead at the break. We're back with a check of the scoreboard as our halftime show continues from Tempe right after this on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Pirie coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovic's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan, 202 Freeway, in Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Every day, helping, caring, supporting. Every day at APS, we're here to provide payment assistance programs to customers in need. We recognize how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. Our Energy Support Program offers eligible customers discounts of up to 25 or 60% every month. Pay down your bill with crisis bill assistance and other programs and resources. Learn how you can get help with your bill at aps.com/brighter.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Back at Mountain America Stadium, we continue with our halftime report. Let's look at the top 25 scoreboard. Last night, 22nd-ranked Indiana
no trouble at all with Indiana State, a 73-0 victory in Bloomington. Today, top-ranked Ohio State wins at home over Ohio 37-9. Second-ranked Penn State wins at home over Villanova 52-6. Third-rated LSU wins over Florida 20-10. Fourth-rated Oregon defeated Northwestern 34-14. Fifth-rated Miami defeats 18th-rated South Florida today 49-12. Sixth-rated Georgia comes up with a 44-41 overtime victory at number 15 Tennessee. Seventh-rated Texas defeats UTEP in Austin 27-10. Texas A&M gets the game-winning touchdown with 19 seconds to go. And the 16th-rated Aggies win tonight at number 8 Notre Dame 41-40. Ninth-ranked Illinois blanks Western Michigan 38-0. Vanderbilt upset number 11 South Carolina. And I should say so, 31-7 was the final. Georgia Tech upset number 12 Clemson today, getting a field goal at the buzzer to defeat Clemson 24-21 in Atlanta. 13th-rated Oklahoma wins at Temple 42-3. 14th-rated Iowa State, a little bit of a struggle, but they win at Arkansas State 24-16. 17th-rated Ole Miss wins at home over Arkansas 41-35. Number 19, Alabama, a home win over Wisconsin, 38-14. 20th-ranked Utah tonight. It was a little tight at halftime, but Utah opened it up, and they beat the Cowboys 31-6. 21st-ranked Texas Tech wins at home over Oregon State, 45-14. 23rd-ranked Michigan, a big win at home over Central Michigan, 63-3. 24th-ranked Auburn wins at home over South Alabama, 31-15. And 25th-ranked Missouri wins at home over Louisiana, 52-10. Big 12 scores and the ASU athletic calendar. And our halftime show continues from Tempe right after this on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Are you the ultimate Sun Devil football fan? Enter now for your chance to win a VIP Territorial Cup experience, complete with exclusive pre- and live game access. Enter now at gofevo.com/ASU Thrive. That's GOFEVO.com/ASU THRIVE. Presented by Sun Devil Athletics, Arizona Ford dealers, and ASU license plates. No purchase or payment of any kind is necessary to enter or win. A purchase or payment will not increase an entrance chance of winning. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years of age or older to enter. Ticket offer is subject to availability and while supplies last.
Dan Bickley, Vince Marotta, Bickley and Marotta Mornings.
I love this show. This is the greatest show in the history of radio.
Ron Wolfley, Luke Lipinski, Wolf and Luke Middays.
Don't waste all your best material this early in the show.
Boom!
Because I want people to keep listening.
Dave Burns, John Gambadoro, Burns and Gambo Afternoons.
Are you ready for this?
All right, let's go.
Arizona Sports is the local sports leader and the only place you can watch, read, and listen to Arizona's biggest sports personalities on 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovic's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan, 202 Freeway, and Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovic's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
Halftime continues here at Mountain America Stadium. Arizona State leading Texas State 20-3. And let's check out some scores in the Big 12 and what we've got among the unranked teams. Baylor won today at home over Samford. That's SAMFORD, 42-7. Of course, the Devils will be at Baylor next week. West Virginia wins the backyard brawl in overtime, defeating Pittsburgh 31-24. Cincinnati a 70-0 home win over Northwestern State. And TCU defeated Abilene Christian today, 42-21. There were two Big 12 games last night. Houston defeated Colorado 36-20. Arizona defeated Kansas State 23-17. Again, that was not a Big 12 conference game. That is the completion of a contract between the two schools that was signed before Arizona joined the Big 12. On the ASU athletic calendar, big doings tomorrow. Devils volleyball team, nationally ranked under head coach J.J. Van Niel, will be on television. They'll be competing at Texas tomorrow, noon start, and it'll be on ESPN2. Then Thursday night here at Sun Devil Soccer Stadium, Graham Winkworth's undefeated Sun Devil soccer team will take on nationally ranked BYU in the conference opener. So we sincerely hope you'll get tickets at sundeviltickets.com and come on out and cheer on Graham Winkworth Sun Devils in action against BYU on Thursday. Men's golf opens its fall schedule at the Fighting Illini Invitational on Friday. Sun Devil women's tennis will be in tournament action at the University of San Diego on Friday. And the aforementioned Sun Devil volleyball team will be back home on Friday night. For tournament action, they'll take on Pepperdine at 6 p.m. at Desert Financial Arena. And again, you can get tickets at sundeviltickets.com. As we look to the second half, here comes that 8-minute thing again, although it didn't work out quite as well for Texas State. They had that long field goal attempt that hit the crossbar at the end of the first half, but they do get an opportunity to get the football to open quarter number 3. For Arizona State, you're still looking for a little bit more involvement for other receivers on passes from Sam Levitt. You're also looking for an opportunity to get the running game going a little bit more. We mentioned Raleique Brown has 66 yards, Kanye Udo with 13 on 6 carries. So that the numbers on that don't work out quite as well, but certainly they'll be looking for Udo and for Brown to be a bigger factor in the second half. A reminder, following tonight's game, your chance to give your opinion on what you saw here tonight or heard at Mountain America Stadium on Sun Devil Sound Off, and we'll get you the number when the show takes place. Of course, first things first, we got to get through the second half of football, and Tim and Rapper will have their visit with head coach Kenny Dillingham following the game. But we'll be here to take your calls and comments on Sun Devil Sound Off following the game. Up next, though, as we said, second half action. Arizona State leads Texas State 20-3. Tim Healy, Jeff Van Rapphorst, Kevin Turner, they've got the second half call for you coming up next on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Every day, savings, energy efficiency, rebates. Every day at APS, you have ways to save energy and money. We know how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. That's why we offer programs to help you manage your energy use. Schedule a home energy checkup for savings recommendations tailored to your home. Find rebates on smart thermostats. Compare your rate plan options and switch to the plan that would have saved you the most money. Find ways to save at aps.com/brighter.
Cheer loud. Drink proud. Huss Brewing is the official craft beer of Sun Devil Athletics. Find Devil's Halo Lager on draft or in cans all around Mountain America Stadium and throughout the valley at your favorite retailer or hangout. Remember, every sip supports a Sun Devil student athlete. 21 and older, please enjoy responsibly. Huss Brewing Company, Tempe brewed and proudly supporting Sun Devil student athletes through NIL. Forks up.
I was supposed to be having fun, but something felt off.
It wasn't just stress. My thoughts were racing. I couldn't focus.
Turns out it was first episode psychosis, FEP.
Even Devils needed a timeout. A mental reset, that's part of the game.
FEP is treatable.
And asking for help, that's real strength. Feel it.
Name it.
Face it.
Don't bench your mental health.
There's power in speaking up.
Go to learnmorefep.org.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Pop in bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN, 620 AM.
The Arizona State Sun Devils making their way back onto the field. The Texas State Bobcats will do so momentarily, although their kickers are already out here. Second half play will commence momentarily. ASU with a solid first half here tonight, taking a 20-3 lead over Texas State into the locker room at halftime. With Jeff Van Raphorst, I'm Tim Healy. Also with us, of course, is our sideline reporter Kevin Turner. And right now it's time to go down to the field for KT's halftime adjustments, powered by Great Wolf Lodge. KT?
Yeah, you heard Kenny going into the locker room. He wants a clean second half. And to your point, Jeff and Sean, in the pregame show, ASU needs to get more second and third and shorts. Although they've got 13 first downs, they're just 2 of 7 on third down. Feed the hot hand would be the key to victory in the second half. Raleique Brown's got 8 carries, 66 yards, averaging over 8 yards a carry. So continue to feed the beast. Now playmakers are going to make plays. Jordan Tyson's got 5 receptions for 100 yards. Just a quick tidbit. He needs just 52 yards, men, for 2,000 receiving yards, and he's on track to hit that number tonight. But it's all about focus and staying intense on the defensive side of the football. You know that Texas State, who is trailing, has got to throw the football, so you got to put pressure on the quarterback. And then I think the defense really needs to try to manufacture a couple turnovers here in the second half.
I'll throw one in for you, KT. I think the defense of Arizona State did a really good job in holding Texas State away from any explosive play, something they're renowned for.
Yeah, 100%, only 56 yards rushing, too, for Texas State.
Yeah, that's a trend that hopefully the Devils can continue in the second half. Those are Kevin Turner's halftime adjustments, powered by Great Wolf Lodge. College football families, plan your next getaway at Great Wolf Lodge, Arizona, where indoor water park fun meets family adventure. Use promo code TOUCHDOWN to save up to 30%. Book by December 31st at greatwolf.com. Bobcats now heading back onto the field. We're about a minute or so away from kicking it off in the second half. Sam Levitt, 10 of 17 passing, 139 yards, a touchdown, and a couple of sensational scrambles also for Sam. Jordan Tyson, what a show he put on in the first half. 5 catches, 100 yards, and a 36-yard touchdown. And that touchdown pass, Rapper, that pass and catch, two of the best individual efforts we've seen in a long time.
You know, I just at halftime I was down grabbing a coffee, and I ran by a scout for the Dolphins, and I'm like, "Hey, did you make a note for the first round?" And he laughed. He goes, "He's pretty good." You know, that's what he. You know, you can if you're a Sun Devil fan, enjoy him because he's gone. You know, there's no doubt he's playing on Sunday with that kind of talent. Defensively, Ghost Rouser, 6 tackles. Adrian Boogie Wilson, 5 tackles. Crook with 5, and Keyshawn Elliott. So the backers and the safeties leading the way. 3 sacks for ASU, 4 pass breakups. Nice defensive stat line.
For Jordan Tyson, by the way, this is his 8th career 100-yard receiving game, his 7th at Arizona State. And he has had 5 in his last 6 ball games. And also now, Tyson has 11 straight games with at least 60 receiving yards. That's the longest active streak of that kind in the nation. About ready to get underway in the second half as Michael James kicks it away for Texas State. And this ball will be returned upfield. This will be returned. And hey, look out, we may have a coast-to-coast return for a touchdown.
Flags.
There are flags on the play.
That is too bad. That was a great return, but flags came flying in all over the place. Going to be backed up.
Penalty marker is down.
3 of them. That was impressive speed right there.
That was newcomer Jaron Hamilton, the Alabama transfer, who took that kickoff all the way back, but it's not going to count.
During the return, holding receiving team number 41, 10-yard penalty. It's first down.
I don't have a 41 on my flip chart, Tim.
Yeah, I don't either. Jaron Hamilton has not seen any time at receiver tonight. The transfer from Alabama, who really had an impressive fall camp and we thought was going to be a huge part of the offense, but has not seen much time offensively. Well, he sure made his presence felt there with a kickoff return of 98 yards that comes back for penalty, and now it's 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Handoff here on 1st down, Raleique Brown, and he goes nowhere as that run gets stuffed by the Texas State defense. Ryan Nolan was in on that play. And defensive end Tymere Jackson also in on the play as well.
Yeah, you got two tights in the game right now with Mateer lined up to the left, Harpool lined up to the right. So double slots, both tight ends are in the slot, flexed out wide.
Play action, Levitt on 2nd down, steps up into the pocket, throws over the middle of the field, the pass incomplete. And the fans and Jordan Tyson both clamoring for a pass interference penalty, and there are no flags on the play. Cornerback Jaden Rios in coverage.
There was no flag because the official was trying to get out of the way. Remember the umpire got run over earlier? He had his back to the play. It was pass interference, but he was trying to get out of the way.
Wow.
And didn't see what was going on behind him.
Well, this crew's had some problems tonight. On 3rd down, Levitt with time to throw, delivers over the far side of the field. It's caught by Malik McLean, but he goes out of bounds into the Texas State bench, 1 yard shy of the 1st down. 4th down and a yard, and what's Kenny Dillingham going to do here? It looks like they're going to go for it. The line to gain the 31-yard line. McLean went out of bounds, 1 yard shy of that. So on 4th down, Levitt will quarterback sneak, and he's got the 1st down again. That's the 2nd time tonight that Sam Levitt has successfully quarterback sneaked on a 4th down to convert it, as the tackle was eventually made by Michael Bodwin, Texas State linebacker.
Yeah, kind of an odd front. There's a defender over the center, but both guards are uncovered, so it's 3-on-1. You get a huge push right up the middle for the 1st down.
1st and 10, Sun Devils at their 33. A quick pass to the near side to Shimon Mateer, but that pass was telegraphed way too much, and Jaden Rios, the cornerback, came up and dropped Mateer the minute he caught the ball and dropped him for a loss of 2 back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Tyson was lined up left. Tyson's trying to throw a block. Mateer's coming inside out on the out route. The corner on the outside jumped it. Now, if you're a coordinator, you're saying, okay, I'm going to do that. I may have to go to the wheel route or a double move off that set.
3 receivers, 2 of them tight ends, are split wide to the right side.
Man-free look.
Levitt throws a slant. It's caught by Tyson at the 35, and he gets stacked up immediately. He's dropped it around the 34, but they're going to mark forward progress to the 36-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and 7. The primary tackler there was Texas State cornerback Camden Grogan.
You know, one thing about Jordan Tyson, when you watch him catch the balls, he makes the hard catch, but he also makes the tough catch when he's lined up in the slot, when there's backers there, when he knows he's going to get hit. If you're lined in the slot, and that's what all great receivers do, they play it out wide and in the slot, but you better be tough over the middle, and he is.
2 receivers to either side here. Raleique Brown, the setback. 3rd down and 7 for the Devils at the 36-yard line. Levitt with time to throw, tries to get away, now runs upfield and dives forward and has a 1st down out to the 46-yard line. Sam got tripped up at around the 42 and then just dove upfield for an extra 4 yards. In all, it's a 10-yard run and a 1st down.
Yeah, 3-man rush, pressure off the edge late. Sam does a great job of scrambling, finding free space, keeping his body moving forward. And, you know, the other thing, let's give Ben Coleman some kudos. Remember, he struggled with snapping the ball at Tonazona? He's had really clean shotgun snaps the last 2 weeks.
He has indeed. 1st and 10 from the Sun Devil 46-yard line. Raleique Brown gets the call here and gets short yardage. Gang tackled at around the 48 of Arizona State after about a 2-yard pickup. Among the tacklers on that play, again, Michael Bodwin, the linebacker.
You know, if you're not a football aficionado, well, first off, shame on you, but Ben Coleman making the switch from left guard into center, having to make the calls, snap the ball, a lot different position for him. He was all conference last year at left guard.
All Big 12, yes he was. 2nd down and 8. The ball just inside the 50-yard line at the Sun Devil 48. Hand off, no, Levitt fakes the give, sidesteps a tackler, speeds upfield, dives forward, has a first down to the 38-yard line. A 10-yard run for scrambling Sam Levitt. Actually, a 14-yard run for scrambling Sam.
You know what he did at the end that I haven't seen him do before? He got down. Didn't take the hit. Love to kind of see that. Great play, an RPO look. He's got a defender out wide. Khalil Alexander, the edge, was waiting for him on the pull when he pulled the ball. And he faked Khalil out, got the first down, and got down without taking a hit.
1st and 10 at the Texas State 38 off play action. Levitt fires a pass over the middle that's deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, intended for Jordan Tyson.
I think one of the defensive ends or one of the linebackers got a hand on Sam and knocked that ball away at the very end. Yeah, they hit his throwing elbow on that play.
Levitt tonight, 11 rushes for 63 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 10 from the Texas State 38. Kamari Anderson in motion. Levitt swings it out of the backfield to Raleique Brown, finds a seam. Raleique to the 30, Raleique to the 27-yard line, and he's down with a first down inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 27 and 11-yard gain.
Nice job blocking by the wide receivers down there, making some plays, getting out in front of Raleique, giving him some freedom.
Linebacker Terrence Cooks Jr. made the tackle for Texas State. 1st and 10 at the Bobcats' 27-yard line. Tyson and McLean split to the right. The handoff to Raleique Brown, and Brown is stuffed for no gain that time. He went right into the teeth of the defense and was dropped immediately. Kennard Snyder and Michael Bodwin teamed up on the tackle.
Good push that time by Texas State along the defensive line. They won the line of scrimmage on that play. Raleique tried to go over right guard, nothing there, didn't like it, brought it back to the left, was just probing along that defensive line trying to find a crease, and got a half yard or no gain. Sets up 2nd and 10.
From the 27 off play action, Levitt swings it to Mateer. Mateer with an escort at the 20, 15, he's gone, 10, 5, touchdown Devils. Shimon Mateer on the receiving end of a 27-yard catch and run. Mateer's first touchdown reception of 2025. He had 5 touchdown catches for the Sun Devils a year ago.
Yeah, tight end screen into the boundary. Sam comes out and looks to the field side. And it's a delayed screen into the backside. Credit the offensive line. They got out in front of Mateer, threw some nice blocks, allowed him to get down the sidelines for the touchdown. That's a win for the offensive line.
That it is. Sam Levitt's 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Now the extra point try from Jesus Gomez. Snap, set, kick, up, good. Arizona State 27, Texas State 3. With 8:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Pop in bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. no one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office or conquering the daily grind, G2G is the perfect fuel. Quick, delicious, protein-packed. Score an 8-pack in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online at g2gbar.com. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Circle K makes your day. Sign up for Inner Circle Rewards on the Circle K app and score 25% off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. Plus, exclusive discounts on food, drinks, and more. And more always tasted really good. Right? Give me some more. That's what Shimon Mateer's saying. Can I get some more?
Yes, indeed. He's had a nice game, hasn't he? He gets his first touchdown reception of the year. And on the night, 6 catches, 60 yards, and that touchdown. That Kia scoring drive, a nice one. 13 plays, 79 yards, over 6 minutes coming off the clock with that drive downfield that was capped by the Shimon Mateer touchdown reception of 27 yards.
Mateer, 6 catches. He had 1 reception in the last 2 games for 20 yards, and I think only like 2 targets.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to run a lot of tight end, 2 double tight end sets, yeah, it's great for your run game, but you have to have the offshoot of that. You have to be able to throw, and pass and keep those linebackers and safeties honest. You never want to become predictable in any phase. And credit Coach Arroyo. ASU kind of silent with the tight end the first couple of weeks, and statement game tonight.
A lot of the fans have the lights on their cell phones on as they await the kickoff of Jesus Gomez. Jalen Jenkins is back deep at the goal line for the Bobcats to await this kick. 8:35 left in the third, 27-3, ASU leading it. End over ender. Jenkins will return it from 3 yards deep in the end zone. He's out to the 10, out to the 20, out to the 30. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line, bumped out of bounds near the midfield stripe.
Nice job by Gomez getting some hands on that returner, pushing him out of bounds at the 40-yard line, about 3-4 yards deep, found a crease down the right hash, right numbers, and Gomez kept enough of an angle to throw a body and force him out of bounds.
If this were the National Football League, that would be a 44-yard return for Jenkins. But in college football, they don't count the yards in the end zone. So
they do. I'm taking umbrage to that. They count the yards in the end zone when the quarterback at ASU throws a 108-yard interception return. They count all 8 of those yards.
I've umbraged you?
I take umbrage to that.
Okay, I'll never umbrage you again.
Can you tell I'm bitter?
Yeah, just a bit.
I am bitter about a 108-yard interception.
I know that one. As Brad Jackson throws a completion to Kylan Evans that has a first down into Arizona State territory. Montana Warren getting Evans out of bounds at the Sun Devil 48, 1st and 10. Burgess is the running back. Jackson rolling to his right. Pressure coming, gets the pass off, and it's caught by the tight end Blake Smith. And he gets popped by the duo of Ghost Rouser and Montana Warren after a 9-yard gain to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's down. He took a hit right in the chest. And also, Keyshawn Elliott did a great job. Keyshawn had a free run on the quarterback and stayed low, did not get a roughing the passer penalty. The tight end got hit in the chest after the catch, and he's down. We'll take a break.
As Blake Smith is being tended to on the field, we'll step aside with 7:47 remaining in the third. ASU 27, Texas State 3. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Popping bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
Arizona Complete Health Plans are here for your health. From Flagstaff to Yuma and right in your neighborhood. Here for you. With coverage for you and your family. Doctors you can trust. The services you need. And programs that help your community. Arizona Complete Health is here for your health. Learn more at azcompletehealth.com. That's azcompletehealth.com.
After the game, your appetite's going into overtime, and Oregano's is calling the next play. Tackle our Big Rig pasta or line up against Alfredo the Dark. And don't forget the original pizza cookie, a dessert that demands its own highlight reel. Need a post-game pour? We've got ice-cold draft, bold reds, chill whites, and classic sangrias that never miss. Oregano's, more than 30 years of forking up serious flavor and putting smiles on Sun Devil fans. Find your flavor at oreganos.com.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Gila River Resorts and Casinos proudly supports the Sun Devils and is Arizona's official sports headquarters, where you'll never miss a moment of the action. Tight end Blake Smith is up walking, but walking very slowly and gingerly over toward the Texas State sideline after he got popped on that 9-yard reception a few moments ago.
That's not a walk. It's a waddle.
Yeah. He really slow. He's shaken up.
He looks like my grandma trying to get into the store. He's not going anywhere quick.
He spent 3 years at Texas A&M, played at Oklahoma in 2023. And is now in his second year at Texas State. He's from South Lake Carroll High School in South Lake, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
You know, he got hit from the front and the back, and on replays, making the catch, and you could see his mouth go into the as in, that hurt.
Titus Lyons is now in at tight end as they hand the ball on second down to Burgess, and he is dropped at the 40-yard line for no gain. Torrance Burgess had nowhere to go that time as Jordan Crook helped bring him down, and it will set up a 3rd and 2. He actually lost a yard back to the 40 as Lincoln Perry, their lead running back, checks back into the lineup, and he will align himself to the left of Brad Jackson in the backfield. Don't be surprised if he gets the call here.
Keyshawn Elliott is trying to switch the secondary defense. They've got 3 DBs and 2 receivers.
And
they're short a man.
Lincoln Perry had a lot of room off left tackle and gets the first down before Ghost Rouser upended him at the 35-yard line.
Think about that play. Remember where Keyshawn was yelling at those guys. 2 receivers left. There was 3 DBs out there. He wanted one in the slot to be a run support. He didn't get it.
On first down, off play action, Jackson will try to run. Gets by a defender, gets by Elliott. Flag is down as Jackson is dropped at the 29-yard line, but a penalty marker is down on the play. And it looks like it's going to be a hold on Texas State.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And you know who was guilty of that hold? None other than Emeka Obibo, the senior 374-pound left guard, who is the brother of Sun Devil left guard and former Texas State Bobcat Jimeto Obibo.
So one had to leave because there was only one left guard to play for? Somebody's got to leave the island.
They only had room for one of them.
There's only one left guard.
Literally and figuratively. So the penalty pushes him back to the 46 of Arizona State. 1st and 20 for the Bobcats.
Can't you hear it around my table? Mom, make him play right guard. I want to play left guard.
Hand off to Lincoln Perry, right up the middle, finds a hole and gets down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. On a 1st and 20, Perry picks up 19 before he's tackled by Ghost Rouser. Again, keep in mind, this was a team that came into this game 7th in the nation in rushing offense. As on second down and a yard, they give it to Perry. He only got a yard, but it might be enough to move the chains. And will be enough to move the chains. The tackle made by Martell Hughes. First and 10, Bobcats. They've reached the Arizona State 26-yard line on this drive. Perry gets the handoff here, looks for a hole, squirts through one, and gets down to about the 21 for a pickup of 4. Getting up off the bottom of that pile is Jordan Crook. Pickup of 4, second down and 6.
Blazin Lono Wong is in there at the defensive tackle position. They kind of go a couple deep. CJ Fike, Kangaika, Ramar Williams, Lono Wong.
Tight end Ty Stamey's in there now for Texas State as this pass is thrown to Bo Sparks on a slip screen, and Jordan Crook read it beautifully and dropped Sparks for a loss. Back to the where they're going to spot the ball. They're going to spot it at the 24-yard line, or the 25, and it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Texas State.
Crooks is having himself a game.
Jackson to throw, gets away, and heads downfield, and he's going to be dropped short of the first down. He's tackled at the 18-yard line by Keyshawn Elliott. So it'll be 4th down and about 3 for the Bobcats. And obviously trailing 27-3 with just over 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. G.J. Kinney will go for it as the Sun Devils bring in a host of substitutions.
Yeah, Texas State, they substituted, so that allows the defense to move. ASU brought in 3 big bodies, 2 new fresh defensive tackles right up the gut.
Running back Lincoln Perry flanks way wide to the right side, and I think we're going to get another defensive timeout called by Kenny Dillingham, and indeed we do.
That was Arizona an empty State backfield look that time, and ASU kind of looked like they went heavy, expecting run, and again, defensively, Kenny likes to use those timeouts.
You know, it's interesting to think back that when Todd Graham was head coach here, he used a lot of defensive timeouts, and of course Kenny Dillingham got his start in college coaching as an analyst under Coach Graham in 2014 and 15.
Yeah, think about this. Kenny's sitting at the table learning football from Todd Graham, from Mike Norvell, from Dan Lannon. I mean, that's an impressive group that they had.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's that situation. You know, Kenny talks about winning the situations, understanding the situations. 4th and 3, you're up 27-3, 4:20 left in the third. This is the situation. This is a great time, you know, to use your timeouts.
And you mentioned, we talked about Coach Graham's coaching tree. Let's not forget a couple of other guys. Chris Ball, his defensive back coach, eventually became the head coach at NAU. And Keith Patterson, Todd's defensive coordinator, is the current head coach at Abilene Christian.
Both those guys are just phenomenal individuals. You want to send your kids to play for guys like those.
Absolutely. 2 of the best. 4th and 3 at the 18-yard line. Burgess is the running back. Jackson gets the snap, looking to throw. He gets the pass off, and it is caught for a first down by Kyron Evans. He is upended by Javen Robinson at the 14-yard line, but Evans, with the reception, gets the first down for Texas State. And they're back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Hand off to Torrance Burgess. Right up the middle he goes, and Burgess gets down inside the 10-yard line, close to 5 yards on the play. Boy, a lot of these runs are just straight between the tackles, and they're still moving the line. C.J. Fight made the stop.
And you got Martell Hughes in there, and you've got Zaire Fiaseo in there. Those are your 2 pass guys.
On 2nd down. Look out. Down goes the quarterback, Jackson. Clayton Smith burst through and dropped him. It looked like Jackson was going to try to spin away from pressure, and he spun right into the grasp of Clayton Smith. And the Devils' number 10 drops Jackson for a 10-yard loss back to the 20-yard line.
Dorian Strawn, the left tackle, is blocking Clayton Smith. Clayton Smith comes around wide, and you have a right-handed quarterback. He's getting hit pressure from the backside, but he doesn't see it. He tries to roll out with his back to the defense towards the offensive left side or towards Clayton Smith, and just runs himself right into a sack.
That's Clayton Smith's 3rd sack of the year. 3rd down play here. As again, the pressure coming. Jackson in trouble, scrambling away, throws downfield. The ball is caught by tight end Ty Stamey, who is bumped out of bounds by Montana Warren at the 7-yard line.
That was a really nice play by Brad Jackson, the quarterback. Had pressure, stepped up twice in the pocket, started running to his left and found the tight end. Off balance, throw to the left for about 8-9 yards.
And now it looks like on a 4th down play is Stamey.
Texas State. Their first.
Stamey was bumped out at the 7, 3 yards shy of the line to gain, so G.J. Kinney will get a timeout called to discuss this 4th down play. Coming up with 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. Our score, Arizona State 27, Texas State 3. You're listening to the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's MyStyle Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make MyStyle your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Friends, it's Pat. I finally did it. Sometimes you just need to get off the grid and get some time to think, like way off. So I hopped into my all-new 2025 4Runner with available iForce Max engine and took off, which is me, the 4Runner and good old Mother Nature. Unfortunately, that's when I realized it was also Taco Tuesday. So I ended up coming back that night. I mean, priorities, right?
Right now, get low 2.99% financing for 48 months on a new 2025 Tacoma SR or SR5. Or get a great deal on your favorite Toyota. Plus, check out the all-new 6th generation 4Runner today by visiting your Valley Toyota dealer or valleytoyotadealers.com. Toyota. Let's go places. 2.99% with $22.13 per thousand borrowed for 48 months. 0 down payment if you qualify. Tacoma offers exclude TRD Pro and Trail Hunter models and N93025. See dealer for details.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
When Sun Devil Football moves our equipment, we rely on the professional team at Dirks Moving and Logistics. Dirks delivers peace of mind, whether you're moving your business or your home, whether it's near, far, anywhere. Give Dirks a call, or if you have any warehousing needs, get a free quote at Dirks.com and keep an eye out for the Dirks Sparky truck all over the Valley and all over the Big 12 Conference.
All over the country on some of these road trips, huh?
Man, I'll tell you what, thinking through the logistics, remember we moved into this conference about how you're going to move equipment, how you're going to move players, cost of that. I mean,
they do it. They do a great job, Dirks.
They do a great job. And I'll tell you what, though, I kind of miss the Pac-12. I call it the Southwest Airline League because you can jump on a flight anytime, anywhere. You don't have to go to like Ames, Iowa, or wherever where West Virginia is, Morgantown. I mean, go ahead.
I can get to Tempe quicker than I can get to the Rose Bowl from my house in Orange County.
4th down play, 4th and 3 from the 7. Burgess the running back, Jackson in the shotgun. There's the snap. Jackson wants to throw, now will take off and run, and he's going to make it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. On 4th and 3, Jackson looked to throw, nothing there, found a seam, took off, and ran right up the middle of the field.
Going to go for 2 here, Tim.
7 yards for the touchdown.
Quarterback draw. Good job by Jackson. Let it develop. Left end for ASU. The loss contained. Came up inside, and Jackson finds a crease around the right tackle.
And now the Bobcats will go for 2.
If they can get this, it'll make it a 2-possession game. Now, you might need 2 touchdowns and 2 points, but from a logistics standpoint, it is 2 touchdowns if they can get it.
Yeah, makes sense. It's 27-9. And again, Lincoln Terry motions out of the backfield. Jackson back to throw, fires into the end zone, incomplete. He overthrew his intended receiver, Kylan Evans, with Keith Abney in coverage. So the 2-point conversion try fails. And with 2:29 remaining in the third quarter, it's now a 27-9 ball game in favor of Arizona State. But an impressive drive by Texas State. They went 59 yards. It took them 15 plays to get there. A couple of 4th down conversions. And they chewed up 6 minutes of clock time. The payoff was the 7-yard run by Brad Jackson. 2 4th down conversions on that 15-play, 59-yard drive for the Bobcats. Well,
that's the point of the game, right? They're down. They're going to go for it and be rolling the dice. Good job of using timeouts by both teams. ASU used a defensive timeout on that 4th down, and Texas State came back. They burned a timeout, but got the right play and scored a touchdown.
Well, remember how this half began when former Alabama receiver Jaron Hamilton took the second half kickoff, 98 yards for a touchdown, only to have it called back by penalty. Well, Hamilton's back deep awaiting this kickoff from Michael James of Texas State. Hamilton's nicknamed Turbo, and he looked like a turbo on that return, albeit in vain. This kick will go take one bounce in the end zone and go out of the end zone for a touchback. So the Sun Devils will start from their 25.
You know, even though that touchdown didn't count for points, every opposing coach that takes a look at ASU's game tape just circled his number and made sure that they're going to watch that and they're going to rep kickoff coverage a little bit more each week.
You betcha. And what an option he is to Raleique Brown working as a kick returner.
You don't want Raleique to take a lot of hits. I mean, Raleique's already returning punts. You put him back there at kickoff, too, and then he's playing running back. So.
And speak of Raleique, he's got the handoff here, and he finds a hole. Look out! A foot race. Raleique Brown to the 50, 40, 30, 20. They won't catch him. Touchdown Devils! A 75-yard burst off the left side by Raleique Brown. One play after Texas State had cut into the Sun Devil lead.
Yeah, one play after Kevin Turner says in our ear it's a nice break for Raleique Brown not to be returning kickoffs, and he's right.
And so in spectacular fashion, Raleique Brown goes over 100 yards rushing for the second consecutive game.
You know, at the end of that score, at the end as he crossed the goal line, he leaned over like a track guy, busting the tape, and he busted that one down the left side. Wow. Let's go down to KT on the sidelines. KT, you're watching Raleique come right at you.
Yeah, no, I just want to give props to strength coach Joe Connolly for all the work that he was able to put in with Raleique in the offseason. You know, Raleique has actually gained 15 pounds and added 1.5 miles to his top end speed. That has everything to do with the strength and conditioning program that Joe Connolly has designed here at Arizona State.
Jesus Gomez on to attempt the extra point. Puts left foot into it and drills it through. And the Sun Devils now lead by the score of 34-9 over Texas State with 2:17 remaining in the third quarter. That Kia scoring drive, the economy-size scoring drive, if you will, one play, 75 yards on the spectacular run by Raleique Brown. Boy, we've had some nifty plays in this game by these guys wearing maroon tonight.
Yeah, I gotta ask KT. KT, I know Modern Day's your school, but can you explain to me why a running back has two mouthpieces, one blue, one lime green, and he doesn't put either one of them in his mouth when he runs?
Jeff, I don't know if you've noticed, but that is a thing with running backs here in 2025. It seems like every star running back's got two binkies hanging off his face mask.
I'm okay with that. But at least put one in your mouth.
Then it's just a piece, right?
Yeah, right? I mean, I guess, used to have grill, and now you got rubber, I guess. I don't know. But either way, he looked dang good running down that sidelines for 75 yards.
And that's what he can do. He can burst right up the middle. Remember that really good run in the late stages of the Mississippi State game? And then he gives you that explosiveness as well. Power and speed. Heck of a combo for a running back. As Gomez kicks it off, Jenkins fields it 3 yards deep in the end zone. He's going to bring it out again. And Jenkins gets to the 20, heading to the far side of the field, and a decent return. He gets nudged out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. Rodney Bimage was one of those over there to help get him out of bounds after a 32-yard return. Also in on the play was Sun Devil freshman defensive back Joseph Smith. So Texas State now trailing 34-9 goes to work from its 28-yard line, 1st and 10. First down off the play-action fake. Jackson throws the slant. A diving catch made by Bo Sparks at the 39-yard line to pick up 11 and a first down.
Boy, that was a nice job by Sparks. Going down, a slant route to the right side. He gets low and somehow scooped that off the grass.
That was an excellent catch. And now
they going to look at this? Yeah. If I was Texas State, I would have tried to run that ball real quick because it might be under review.
They were.
The previous play is under video review, whether or not the ball was caught.
It was a diving catch by Sparks. Sparks, an interesting fella. He's from El Paso, but he began his collegiate career at Utah Tech.
And Tim, he laid out, dive forward like he's diving into second base, and I think he makes this catch.
He was a freshman, an FCS freshman All-American 2 years ago at Utah Tech, and was the United Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year that season. In fact, was a finalist for the Jerry Rice Award in 2023 that is awarded to the nation's best freshman player in the FCS division.
Tell you what is, he's a classic slot receiver. You know, that 5'11", shifty, in and out of cuts, reliable, kind of Ladd McConkey-ish.
Yeah. And what a year he's had so far this year. He had 4 touchdown catches in the Bobcats season opening win at home over Eastern Michigan. Last week at UT San Antonio, he had 5 receptions for 155 yards and a touchdown. Do the math. That's 31 yards per catch.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this replay 5 times. I don't see any way they overturn it. I think it's a heck of a catch. Sean Crespin's up there saying incomplete.
It's kind of hard to tell.
I think it's a catch.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Oh, 1 for Rapper. Crespin 0. All the little things we do in these games just to compete.
Maybe we should just keep score for the season. So it's Rapper 1, Crespin 0.
Well, it's like when we have
just underway.
That little triangular football that we flick across the way, where every Cronkite student that's come in here for the last 3 years has failed to kick the little football more than 5 feet. I mean, it's...
Rapper put up goalposts
on the glass.
Masking tape on the glass.
Evan kicked it in finally this year, but he's now like 25 years old.
On first down, they hand off to Jenkins, and Jenkins finds a hole, gets outside, and is tripped up on a good open field tackle by Boogie Wilson at the 47-yard line, but it's still an 8-yard gain for Jalen Jenkins.
Nice job by Wilson coming down, making the play. Didn't come down too fast, approached the running back, kept his base, and made the tackle.
2nd and 2 from the 47 of Texas State. Jackson throws to the far side, caught for a first down by Sparks, pushed out of bounds at the 46 of Arizona State by reserve Sun Devil cornerback Nyland Green. Green, a one-time Georgia Bulldog, a one-time 5-star recruit. So now the Bobcats are again in ASU territory. High snap. Jackson has a tough time handing it off to Jenkins, and that messed the whole play up as Keyshawn Elliott was there to greet Jenkins and throw him down for a loss of a yard. Back to the 47 of ASU.
Yeah, with that high snap, it got bobbled. It almost became like a delayed draw.
Nothing else he could do at that point.
No, it was a pretty nice job by at least quarterback getting it down and not losing the ball. Running back stayed patient and took the ball.
2nd down and 11. Jenkins remains the setback. 2 receivers to either side. Jenkins motions out of the backfield. Jackson throws to the far side. The pass is caught by tight end Ty Stamey, and he is wrestled down with a first down at the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Jordan Crook.
Yeah, Stamey, a sophomore, is in playing because Blake Smith, remember, he took that big hit on that out route. He has not been back in the game that I've seen.
As that may be the final play of the third quarter, the Sun Devils are getting some defensive subs on as the clock hits 0. And
that's the end of the third quarter.
We have reached the end of 3 periods of play here at Mountain America Stadium on a beautiful Saturday evening in mid-September. Through 3 quarters of play, it's Arizona State 34 and Texas State 9. We're back with the fourth quarter of tonight's game after these messages on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
I I needed to chill. I started feeling paranoid, hearing things, losing touch. Turns out, even recreational drug use can trigger something called first episode psychosis, or FEP. It's not always a cause, but it can make symptoms worse fast.
Feel it, name it, face it. No shame, just strength. FEP is treatable and help is here. Go to learnmorefep.org. That's learnmorefep.org.
Recalculating. When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Before the fourth quarter gets underway, time for our ChazRoberts.com Top 25 and Big 12 scoreboard. Checking out Big 12 scores from today and tonight. It's a final from Laramie, Wyoming. Number 20, Utah defeats Wyoming 31-6. The Utes remain unbeaten on the year, 3-0. Number 21, Texas Tech clobbers former Pac-12 foe Oregon State 45-14. The Sun Devils will play at Baylor in their Big 12 opener next Saturday evening. Today, Baylor at home defeated Samford 42-7. The backyard brawl in Morgantown was a thriller. Rich Rod's West Virginia Mountaineers in overtime defeat the Pitt Panthers 31-24. Cincinnati annihilated Northwestern State 70-0. And TCU wins over Abilene Christian 42-21. In some top 25 scores, number 3 LSU wins tonight over Florida 20-10. Number 5 Miami knocks off 18th ranked USF 49-12. In the game of the day in Knoxville, 6th ranked Georgia late defeats 15th ranked Tennessee in overtime. In fact, 44-41. Vanderbilt upset 11th ranked South Carolina 31-7. Another thriller in South Bend. Number 16 Texas A&M beats 8th ranked Notre Dame 41-40 in South Bend, Indiana. ChazRoberts.com for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring. Chaz Roberts, the sponsor of our Top 25 scoreboard. Fourth quarter begins with Texas State on the move. 1st and 10 at the Arizona State 35-yard line. Sun Devils lead 34-9 as the fourth quarter begins. Brad Jackson on first down, back to pass, throwing deep to the near side of the field, going to the end zone to Sparks, and it's incomplete with safety Boogie Wilson right on him. Boy, Wilson had Sparks blanketed in coverage that time. Very nicely done.
Yeah, Kendrick Breedlove's comes on a blitz. Texas State has time, and they tried to hit kind of a post route. A lot of contact. Officials let it go, and I think Sparks wanted that call.
2nd and 10 at the 35. They'll keep it on the ground here this time with Jalen Jenkins, and Jenkins gets down inside the 30, tackled at around the 29 by Jordan Crook, who's had a heck of a game. And I beg your pardon, that's not Jenkins. That is the 4th running back for Texas State, Greg Burrell. And Ty Stamey, a tight end, goes out of the lineup. Titus Lyons replaces him. Remember, Blake Smith, their starting tight end, was shaken up in the third quarter. Hasn't returned since. Third down play, 3rd and 4 for the Bobcats from the Sun Devil 29-yard line. Empty formation for Jackson. Jackson, a straight run. He will head down and slide to a first down. That was a run all the way. Jackson just took the snap, headed upfield, and slides down with a first down. They'll spot it at the 24. Texas State on the move. On first down, Jackson throwing to the far side of the field, off the hands of his intended receiver, Kylan Evans, incomplete along the far sideline.
A little out route right there. And not a true out route like a speed out, but it looks like he went up to about 7 or 8 yards, puts his foot in his ground, comes back at a 45-degree angle towards the perimeter. And as he reaches out to try to catch it, he drops it. I think that's a second drop, and big-bodied receiver just let one off his hands.
2nd and 10 from the Sun Devil 24. Handoff to Burrell, and Burrell is gang tackled after a short gain to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 3. Jacob Rich Kangaika's in there. Keyshawn Elliott's in there. CJ Fight was in there.
Yeah, a lot of Sun Devils doing a good job of punching, not at players, they're punching at the ball, trying to get that out and create a fumble.
Devils have their first fumble recovery of the season earlier in this game, and it led to an Arizona State touchdown. A fumble caused by Keith Abney, recovered and returned 15 yards by Ghost Rouser.
Yeah, Fiaseu and Martell Hughes in there, the 2 coverage linebackers on 3rd and 8.
From the 21-yard line, Jackson looks right, throws the slant, and it's caught by Evans, and he's got he's stopped just short of the first down. Tackled at the 15-yard line by Javen Robinson.
Javen Robinson on the outside, Martell Hughes on the inside, slant route to the right side is going to be short, 4th and 2, and Texas State trailing 34-9 is going to go for it.
And Texas State, it looks like bringing in an extra offensive lineman with a heavy jumbo set, and now the Sun Devils
we just
counter.
Substituted 9 people. I wonder if we have too many people on the field right now.
We should mention.
We do. We had 12. There we go. That's crazy. That was a full-scale substitution.
One of them in there, Justin Watley, who's back this week. On 4th down, the snap was fumbled by Jackson, and at the 17-yard line, Arizona State will take over. We'll have to see if the Sun Devils recovered the fumble, but even if they didn't, it's a 4th down stop for the ASU defense. As they get the bodies off the pile, and Arizona State, I believe, came up with a football. That's the 9th tackle for loss tonight by the Sun Devil defense, and ASU holds on downs and will take over with 12:19 to play, leading Texas State 34-9 as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
If you live in Arizona, then you know about Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning. After all, they've installed AC systems in over 1 million homes since they were founded in 1942. But did you know that Chaz Roberts also has a plumbing department with the same expertise and dedication as the HVAC side? That's right. Chaz Roberts has been Arizona's leader in heating, cooling, and plumbing for over 8 years. Chaz Roberts Plumbing at ChazRoberts.com. Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42.
Forks up, Sun Devils, because as the #1 selling truck brand in Arizona, we know who tops the leaderboards. Yep, Paul Calvisi here for your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Hey, we're a 2 Ford family, and at ASU, being the best isn't just the goal, it's the standard, and Ford knows exactly what that means. For 48 years and counting, the Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America. From the iconic Ford F-150 to the powerhouse Super Duty, Ford trucks deliver the strength, the capability, and performance to lead the way. So pull up for an ASU game, cruise through campus, or ride off into the desert. Just keep choosing the truck brand that's made being #1 a tradition. Only at your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Based on S&P Global Mobility Retail U.S. new vehicle registrations for the truck vehicle type CYTD October 2024, based on 1977 to 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Okay, folks, make plans to join us each week at Trophy in Chandler for a live broadcast of Sparky's Den with Coach Kenny Dillingham. Don't miss your chance to hang with Sparky, Sun Devil players, and special guests as we broadcast live from 6 to 7 p.m. That's Sparky's Den with Coach Dillingham this Wednesday night at Trophy in Chandler.
You know, usually when a ball falls straight down from the center when the quarterback's underneath, that's the quarterback's fault. If it squirts up to the side, it's usually a lineman reaching and going. You got to look at replay. Brad Jackson got caught leaning a little bit on his heels, didn't follow the offensive lineman. It gets 4th and 2, 4th and 3, so they're moving forward. Your hands have got to ride that center as they're underneath his his butt, you got to make sure you get that ball.
And by the way, it is official. It was ruled a fumble caused and recovered by C.J. Fight. So on play action on first down, Sam Levitt's going deep. He's got a man open. Oh, and it goes through the hands of Jaron Hamilton. Turbo with another chance for a big play. He had a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening kickoff of the second half, nullified by penalty. And that time, Hamilton had 2 steps on the closest defender, and that defender was Texas State cornerback Camden Grogan, and yet it went right through the hands of Hamilton, incomplete.
A heck of a throw by Sam. Nice high arcing throw, gave receiver time to run underneath it and drop it.
On second down, it's a straight handoff, and not much doing on that play. Only about a yard gain, as there was Kanye Udo getting the handoff from Sam Levitt, and he was tackled by defensive end Tymere Jackson of Texas State.
You know, you look at a guy like Jaron Hamilton, right? Redshirt sophomore, transfer from Alabama. He's a guy that you can kind of build. Extreme speed. You learn how to catch those. You've got a great quarterback coach in Hines Ward, and just watch what Tyson has done and watch his work habits.
3rd down and 9. Levitt back to pass, under pressure, and he's not going to get away this time. He's swarmed under, back at the 12-yard line. Boy, they've been pressuring Sam a good chunk of this night. A loss of 5 there. Among the guys coming on the pressure, Traylon Payne, a linebacker, and edge rusher Khalil Alexander. And Levitt is sacked back at the 13-yard line.
You know, you watch that kind of play. At some point, you think you're going to get Jeff Sims in there, maybe get him some reps. You don't want to get anybody injured. You got a good lead, 34-9.
And we have a new punter for the Sun Devils. Australian Matt McKenzie is about to make his ASU punting debut. An Australian who drifts to his right and gets off a high end-over-end kick that takes an Arizona State roll out of bounds near the midfield stripe. We'll see where they mark it out officially, and they mark it out at the 49-yard line of Texas State. So that'll be a 39-yard punt for Matt McKenzie on his first ever punt as a Sun Devil. Timeout on the field with 10:44 left to play in regulation. It's Arizona State 34, Texas State 9 here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Forks up, Sun Devils, and make a play. Paul Calvisi here for your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Hey, as a fellow Devil myself, I'm here to tell you, everything starts with the right game plan. We're a 2 Ford family. I drive an Edge, my wife an Explorer we bought just last year at our Arizona Ford dealers. That doesn't even include the classic Mustang I bust out on the weekends. And at Ford, they've got a winning playbook with power, like the Ford F-150, precision, like the smart and capable Explorer and Expedition, and the grit that only comes with a rugged Bronco family of SUVs. Go ahead and call any play, and with the 2025 Ford lineup, you are bound to dominate every drive. So roll up for an ASU game or check out for a weekend in the wild. Ford trucks and SUVs, they're made to keep the play in motion. Game plan your next move, Sun Devils, and get behind the wheel of your new Ford truck or SUV today. Only at your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
10:44 left in regulation, a 34-9 Arizona State lead. Texas State will take over possession of the ball at their 49-yard line when play resumes. And Kevin Turner down on the sideline, you're telling us that Kenny Dillingham trying to get the troops aroused, I guess.
Yeah, he went back into the defensive huddle, and he wanted their complete and undivided attention, pointing to his head, saying, "We need more, we need more."
Let's see if they get more here on this possession. Texas State has moved the ball fairly well, although they've been outgained tonight. 405 yards to 252 by ASU. Brad Jackson's numbers, he's 18 of 27 passing for 140 yards. And he's also rushed 10 times for a net of 1 yard. On first down, off play action. Oh, Jackson goes down. A delayed blitz. And coming in to make the play was Jordan Crook with a loss of 8 yards on the play. Crook, who's had a heck of a game tonight. The loss all the way back to the 41-yard line, a loss of 8, second down and 18. Again, a play fake. Jackson being pressured, chased again, this time by Elijah O'Neal. The pass downfield is broken up. What a play by Ghost Rouser. It looked like the tight end, Ty Stamey, had the reception, and it would have been a first down inside the Sun Devil 40, and Rouser broke it up beautifully.
Nice job by Rouser tracking that ball from behind. ASU's DBs are doing a good job of stripping after the catch, getting their hands in there, pulling, punching, trying to get the ball out any possible way that they can.
So 3rd and 18 for the Bobcats. Jackson on a straight drop, throws the screen pass to Lincoln Perry, and Perry is tackled well short of the first down. He's tackled at about the 47-48-yard line of Texas State. Martell Hughes, Zyrus Fiaseu were among those in on the stop. And trailing 34-9, the Bobcats will go for it here on 4th down. It'll be 4th and call it 11 from the 47-yard line of Texas State. Jackson off play action with a man in his face, throws the pass. It's caught by Sparks. And Sparks has a first down, a low pass. Sparks had to go down to the ground to gather it in, but he did so at the 39-yard line of the Sun Devils, a 14-yard pickup. And Texas State moves the chains with a successful 4th down conversion, their 3rd in 5 tries tonight. On first down here, Jackson hit as he throws, dumps it off to Perry, the running back, and Perry gets to about the 33 before Martell Hughes brings him down.
Yeah, Jackson's doing a nice job of standing in there strong. He got hit hard off the top side. I think it was Prince Dorba that came and hit him right in the thigh bones.
A quick pass to the near side here to Sparks is caught, and Sparks gets short yardage as he is forced out of bounds by Keith Abney into the Sun Devil bench on the near side of the field.
Hey, Sparks is a heck of a receiver.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, quick, shifty, side to side. Made some nice plays, runs through contact well.
The gain to the 30, it's 3rd and 1. Handoff to Lincoln Perry. Perry has the first down, and he is tackled near the 25, 24-yard line by Ghost Rouser. Lincoln Perry with the first down conversion. It's 1st and 10 from the ASU 24-yard line. Sun Devils lead at 34-9 as Jackson drops back to pass, steps up into the pocket, fires toward the far side of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Kylan Evans, and defending on the play was cornerback Rodney Bimage, and the pass was well overthrown.
That was a great coverage, though, by Bimage. It's a fade route to the right side, and Bimage pins the receiver behind him on his right hip.
Timeout.
Did a nice job of feeling the receiver, pushed him out of bounds. Great coverage.
And we have a timeout because Bo Sparks on the other side of that play, on the near side of the field, is down probably with a cramp at the 10-yard line, and the Bobcats training staff having to make the long jog over from the opposite side bench to come over and tend to their star receiver, Bo Sparks.
KT, you're down there. What's your diagnosis, Dr. Turner?
Well, it's an upper calf cramp, and he and Rouser have been just sparring, going back and forth and back and forth. In fact, Rouser took a shot at Bo Sparks' head, took a haymaker. Fortunately, the center judge didn't see it. Then on that next play of 4th and 12, he was able to execute, and Rouser was kind of lost his composure a little bit, and Sparks made the first down on that next play. So they've been battling back and forth.
That 4th down catch by Sparks was a nice catch. He's in the slot. He ran down and ran a curl route, but the ball was thrown outside away from the safety, and Sparks adjusted and made the catch. All right, KT, you're a wide receiver. How long does it take to come back from a cramp? Because it's not like you can just pump a lot of liquids in your body real quick.
Is it my age?
Brain cramp or we'll stop there.
By the way, you said he was 5'11". If he's 5'11", I'm 5'10" ¾
All right, give us your official. You're saying he's 5'10"-ish?
I think he's 5'8", if that.
Second down and 10 from the ASU 24 for Texas State. As play action, Jackson will keep and run, and boy, he gets popped by Martell Hughes. Ran right into the grasp of Hughes, who dropped him at around the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. 2 yards the hard way. And it's third down, 3rd and 8 for Texas State. Maven Anderson is in the lineup. Bo Sparks is back on the field for Texas State. Play action fake. Jackson's throw to the near side, caught by Sparks, and he's thrown down to the turf by Keith Abney. And that's going to be close to a first down, just inside the 15-yard line. He looks like he's about a half yard short. 7.5 minutes remaining. 4th down, 4th and less than a yard. Jackson will work out of the shotgun on 4th down. Hands to Perry, and Perry, he's close. I think he's got it. But boy, he didn't get much on the play.
That was their 6th 4th down attempt. They were 3 out of 5 before that one. They're going to give him the first down, the yard to gain. Now 4 out of 6 on 4th down.
Ghost Rouser and veteran defensive lineman Anthony Cooper in on that stop for Arizona State, but they give him the first down to the Sun Devil 14. 6:45 and counting, time remaining here in regulation. Perry motions out of the backfield. Jackson on first down throws to the near side of the field, complete. The tight end Titus Lyons, and Lyons is dropped at around the 9-yard line after a gain of 5 among the tacklers. That guy Jordan Crook once again.
You know how many tackles Jordan has on the night? I've got him at 12 tackles with a sack, 3 tackles for a loss.
Wow, what a night. 2nd and 5. Off the play action fake, Jackson keeps, runs, sheds a tackler, gets down inside the 5 to around the 3, where he goes down there. Ghost Rouser was in on the tackle. So too was Keith Abney. But it's going to be a first down, 1st and goal for Texas State at the 3-yard line.
You know, if you're G.J. Kinney, you're the head coach at Texas State, you like what you see from your quarterback as far as toughness. He's a redshirt freshman quarterback, and I think he's acquitted himself very well. He's run the ball well, thrown the ball well, and had that one fumble, but not a bad game for him. 24 of 35, 181 yards. He's right at 70% completions.
2 tight ends come in, Ty Stamey and Jake Simpson in the lineup for Texas State. A compressed formation, 1st and goal from the 3. And now Titus Lyons, a tight end, will line up in the eye as a blocking back for Lincoln Perry. They shifted into that set, and immediately...
Timeout. Texas State, their second.
They shifted into an I set. It almost looked like a tight end as a fullback.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those plays you practice and you all of a sudden, whoa, we didn't get the look we wanted. Timeout. Give me a timeout, Mr. Healy.
And timeout they get with 5:26 remaining. This has been a nice drive by Texas State, but it's also taken a chunk of time off the clock in a situation where the Bobcats need multiple possessions and scores to get back into this ball game, trailing Arizona State 34-9.
Yeah, Texas State comes into the game averaging over 47 points per game, over 530 yards of total offense. There are 300 total yards of offense and only 9 points. 5 of 16 on 3rd down conversions, 4 of 6 on 4th down.
This will be the 14th play of the drive coming up here. It's been a 13-play, 48-yard drive that's taken 4.5 minutes off the clock. And interesting little nugget, tonight's game is the first of 5 in the next 6 when ASU will be playing a team from the state of Texas.
You know what that bodes well for? Recruiting.
Texas to Tempe connection.
Yeah, you want to get those guys that want to play in front of hometown crowds, and ASU Stadium, probably one of the nicest grass turf fields in the country.
1st and goal at the 3. Jackson will throw into the end zone, and he has it complete for a touchdown. The touchdown caught by wide receiver Kylan Evans in the back of the end zone. Running across the back of the end zone toward the near side. Evans hauls it in, and that is his first touchdown reception of the year.
Nice soft throw. The quarterback's in a shotgun formation, and he finds a crosser from right to left. Just throws a nice arcing softball.
Rodney Bimage was in coverage, but Texas State able to get the score. Now for the second time tonight, they'll try a two-point conversion. They were unsuccessful the first time. 3 receivers to the right side. Jackson, a shovel pass, and it's bobbled by Bo Sparks and incomplete as the Devils came with a blitz, and I think that might have been the seemingly omnipresent Jordan Crook, who is coming with the pressure and got in the face of Jackson, who had to hurry that shovel pass, and it's unsuccessful as they failed on the two-point conversion for the second time tonight. Timeout with 5:26 remaining. ASU leading Texas State 34-15. You're listening to Arizona State football on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
The Arizona Lottery is proud to support higher education across the state through ticket sales, including programs that support Arizona's public universities in partnership with organizations like Los Diablos. The Arizona Lottery is helping students achieve their dreams through academic scholarship, community services, and mentoring. When you play, Arizona wins.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Heading down the home stretch of this one, Texas State finds the end zone for the second time tonight. But for the second time tonight, the Bobcats fail on a two-point conversion try. So the Arizona State lead is now 34-15 with just 5.5 minutes remaining, 5:26 to be exact. Checking some defensive numbers. I know, Rapper, you love these. We have 2 double-digit tacklers tonight. Jordan Crook, what a game. You mentioned it. 12 tackles, 7 of them solos, 3.5 tackles for loss, including a sack. Miles Ghost Rouser also has 10 tackles, 4 of them solos. I think Adrian Wilson's played a good game tonight. 7 tackles, 6 solos, and some good coverage, too.
Yeah, and they've kept the ball in front of them, right? You know, they're rallying up front, making the tackles. Some good hits. Remember, we knocked out their tight end, Blake Smith, got crunched, and he has not been back in the game. So good individual tackling in space, aggressive play, not playing from behind, good position. Nice job by the defense. You know, Tim, one of the things that Coach Dillingham talked about in pregame was limiting Texas State on big plays. They came into the game 11th in the country with 15 plays of 20 yards or more. Looking through the stat monitor, I only show them with 1 play over 20 yards.
How about that
today?
That's been a huge factor. I felt like that was maybe the most important thing defensively, because you look at Texas State's defensive numbers coming in, they weren't good. You figured Arizona State could put up some points. I thought a big key was the Devils' ability.
Onside kick.
Here's an onside kick by Texas State, but looks like Arizona State may have recovered the football at the 45-yard line of the Bobcats. Texas State tried Michael James, their kicker. It was one of those like drag onside kick where you just contact the ball and the kicker like runs alongside of the football. It has to go 10 yards.
And they were kind of waiting for it to get to the 10-yard line. KT, let's go down to you quick on the rule on that.
Yeah, you got to be very careful as the kicking team because the player receiving is a defenseless player. So he has the right to receive the ball. You can't just blow him up. So I think Texas State did a pretty good job with that.
Jeff Sims is in a quarterback now for Arizona State, and he will hand the ball to Demarius Robinson, the freshman, and Robinson is dropped for no gain on the play. And one of the players in on that play was none other than former Sun Devil, now Texas State Bobcat defensive lineman J.P. Dieter. You know who else plays for Texas State, though he hasn't seen action yet this year? Former ASU kick returner par excellence, DJ Taylor. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Sims again gives to Robinson. Robinson finds a hole, and Demarius Robinson has a first down thrown down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. However, there is a penalty marker on the play, and this one might come back.
Yeah, it's a good time to get some backup linemen in there, too. Jalen Clemens in at left tackle, Wade Helton in at center.
Offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Champ Westbrooks, redshirt freshman right tackle, was the player called for the holding penalty. He's playing at right tackle. Makua Pule, who was used a lot as a blocking back last year, is the right guard. Wade Helton is the center right now for ASU. Out of the shotgun, Jeff Sims back to pass. Looking, still looking. He'll take off and run. He's an athlete. Sims out to the 40, and Sims is cut down at around the 39-yard line, but a nice 11-yard run for Jeff Sims, the one-time Georgia Tech and Nebraska quarterback, now in his 2nd year at ASU. The tackle was made by defensive back Malik Willis.
I remember watching Jeff Sims as a freshman at Georgia Tech and just being amazed. I mean, he is so gifted.
I watch him at practice at Arizona State, and I'm amazed. This guy can really spin the football. On 3rd down, it'll be a direct run for Sims, and Jeff Sims will run to a first down. He just took that and took off, and Jeff Sims gets it down to around the 31-yard line before, again, sophomore cornerback Malik Willis brings him down, but it's a first down for Arizona State. With just over 3.5 minutes left to go in this game, Sun Devils leading it 34-15.
Design quarterback run to the left side and picks it up.
Jaron Hamilton's in the ball game as a wide receiver. And also into the game for the first time as a Sun Devil, Noble Johnson, one-time Clemson wide receiver. Here's Demarius Robinson on the handoff, and Robinson picks up a couple, getting down to around the 28. Before he's stopped by Kennard Snyder, the edge rusher. Gain of 3. Into the lineup for Arizona State. Trying to see if he's out there now, but in the last sequence he is. A.J. Ia, highly touted tight end.
Freshman tight end, right?
Yes. From Southern California. And Ia goes in motion here as Sims hands to Demarius Robinson, and Robinson goes between the tackles and gets it down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 5. Tackle is made there by linebacker Aiden Jones.
A.J. Ia, watched him at camp. He's all of 6'5", 6'6", 200. They got him listed at 260 pounds as a freshman.
I think he's going to be a player here. Sims lines up under center on 3rd down and 2. Robinson the lone setback. We're nearing the 2-minute timeout. A 3rd down and 2 for the Devils from the Bobcat 23. Sims will take it, do the quarterback sneak, just like Sam Levitt did earlier this game, and Sims has the same result as Levitt, a first down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 3 as we hit the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes left to go in tonight's game here at Mountain America Stadium.
2-minute timeout.
It's been all Arizona State tonight. The Sun Devils 34, the Texas State Bobcats 15. Time for a break here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Popping bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Sun Devil Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey Tempe, your new Sam's Club is now open.
I'm so excited about the Sam's Club at Tempe Marketplace.
Having one close by, I can't wait for that.
We love the Members Mark brand.
The value, the products.
Having that gas pump there is amazing.
The gas is worth the membership alone.
And the scan and go option just sets Sam's Club apart. Scan and go is so easy.
Super convenient. It's on the app. I can scan, and then pay it right on my phone.
And then you just cruise out the door.
It's seamless. It's a little bit too good.
Today's the day to join the club. Your club, Sam's Club.
Sun Devil Football, ESPN 620 AM.
Speak up, Raleique. He's got the handoff here, and he finds a hole. Look out! A foot race. Raleique Brown to the 50, 40, 30, 20. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Devils! A 75-yard burst off the left side by Raleique Brown. One play after Texas State had cut into the Sun Devil lead. And that was our Old Dominion Best in the Game. A feature, a highlight, sponsored by Old Dominion Freight Line, who works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Raleique Brown's long run, the highlight of a night in which the Sun Devils, for the second consecutive game, rushed for over 200 yards. They had 251 rushing yards last week at Mississippi State. They've got 252 rushing yards here tonight. And it looks like the Devils will go into victory formation with 2 minutes to play. Texas State does have one timeout remaining if they choose to use. But Jeff Sims will take a knee after getting the snap. A loss of a couple of yards, and the Devils will, looks like the Bobcats will be content to let the final minute 50 run out. Kevin, why don't you tell us now on the air what you just told me in my ear?
Well, last year, if you recall the controversy that we had in the final moments of that ball game, we had 2 seconds left. We were putting the game on ice, and by rule, you can only run one play with 2 seconds left. And the officials, after Sam Levitt took 5 steps back, went down on a knee, they kept 1 second left on the clock, and that gave Texas State the ball back and an opportunity to throw a Hail Mary. And by rule,
BYU.
No, this was versus Texas State.
Oh,
that we had 2 seconds left. Sam went back, took 5 steps back, went down, and the clock operator kept 1 second left on the clock. And by rule, if you read the rule book, you can only run one play with 2 seconds or less left. So we kind of got robbed at Texas State last year with this victory formation.
Well, Jeff Sims just took a second knee, and now he's taking one for the third time. And that may do it, as Kenny Dillingham ready to head across the field and meet his counterpart, two of the youngest and best young coaches in all of college football. Kenny Dillingham and G.J. Kinney embracing at midfield after the Sun Devils, for the second consecutive year, defeat the Texas State Bobcats. Last year, it was a come-from-behind effort in San Marcos, Texas, that got ASU a 31-28 win. Tonight, the Devils were the better team pretty much from the get-go, as they led this game throughout and win it by the final score of 34-15, as ASU bounces back nicely from its loss at Mississippi State last week. The Devils now 2-1 on the year. The Texas State Bobcats lose for the first time after 2 wins in 2025. Arizona State outgaining Texas State tonight, 433 yards to 303. As the Devils win it by the final of 34-15. Raleique Brown, 12 carries, 144 yards, including a 75-yard touchdown. They also had a 100-yard receiver, Jordan Tyson, 6 catches, some of them of the spectacular variety, 105 yards and a TD. And a solid night for Sam Levitt, 15 of 25 passing, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 scrambles, some of them spectacular, for 59 yards and a TD.
I mean, he really played a solid game, efficient with the football. Remember, 2 interceptions last week. Did not turn the ball over tonight. Made good decisions. He's so elusive. It's just amazing. So exciting chance. We'll go down the field, listen to Kevin Turner as he has one of our defensive stars with him.
And he's excited and happy down here. Jordan Crook, outstanding energy tonight that this defensive unit brought tonight against Texas State.
Yeah, man. We just want. We know we had to come out here and bounce back from last week. We know we started off slow last week, and second half we felt like we showed what type of team we were in. Honestly, all week that was on our mind, just getting back to what we know, what our type of football, ASU football, and we went out there and did that tonight.
How about Boogie Wilson in the backfield tonight?
Boogie from my city, he from Dallas, so I ain't had no question when he got out there what he was about to do. Bug was out there having fun, coming down here. Bug had a good first game back for real.
What do you think was the mindset coming into tonight's game?
Honestly, just